Dudes, what is going on? So today we have an expedition. We're not doing much on the expedition, but I figured we'd go live. Anyways, so we're gonna be doing a windshield strip, and I need this and this, and I'm just gonna kind of jump into it. How y'all doing? I didn't set up like half the things that I need to today. So we should get the important ones up here. Like we need some chats. Maybe later. We need some softwares. We need a microphone. It's playing on the monitor over there. And then, where are my headphones? GoPro. Oh, I need this one. I need this one for that. That makes sense. Okay. Where? They're probably in my pocket. My pocket. Nope, wrong pocket. Yes, we did it. Canon. Oh, that's not set up yet. Is it not opening? There we go. Now it's connecting. We're gonna have to pay for the software. It takes too long to load. Please wait a moment. Wow, that's probably, I think, the longest it's ever taken. Now, let's do a quick test here. Let's get some. Good morning. GoPro. Hey, there we go. That's cool. So, I have fan tips now. So, Rick swung by the other day, and I have new hoses, and I also have fan tips. Are these being green screened right now? Oh my god, they are. I forgot about that. Can we have a little bit of fun? I'm doing a couple doors and a windshield strip on this thing. So, I always get annoyed because I go to set, like, I woke up extra early this morning because I had to run to Home Depot and get some screws for a wall mount. And like 20 minutes prior to opening, I get a phone call saying that he's already here. And that part's not crazy. What's crazy is there's too many things to going live as soon as an appointment gets here. So I need to streamline them. But most of the problem is I can't get a thumbnail until the vehicle is here. And I don't just want to do generic thumbnails. But we're playing around with some stuff. So it's just trying to figure all that out in the background. Because like there's like 6 things I have to do every time. 600 things I have to do every time I go live. I should lower this more. Let me do that. Well, you sound like a robot. So we're gonna do this one. Did it really? This. That's like a summertime thing, not a winter thing. Whenever you cut out front doors, make sure the paint is sufficiently wet too, because it'll stick. Tint will just lock down to the paint before it sticks to like the window. And then the whole thing will shift. So you think it'll be in the right place. So lock it down and then make sure it either doesn't drag at all or it's been sprayed ahead of time. Because it almost stopped the whole window from like rolling down. Silly. I want to try my green screen thing. Ah, shit. Mirrors. I need you to send me some pictures of your head mount so I can. Oh. I hear you, man. I gotcha. Get some Velcro. Get some, like, some strong Velcro. You have to be a little on the creative side with all of it, because I tried using like magnets, and I'm not the craftiest person ever, but I tried using magnets and just rearranging things till I figured out what kind of worked. I have a ultra short USB-C cable that goes from the battery to the GoPro, and that powers just the GoPro. And then on the back, I put Velcro on the NP battery, and that goes on the back side of the headset. There's a video I sent Kevin. I wonder if he could send you. I can double check, see if I have it on my phone, because like Facebook video limits are like 2 minutes or something. That was super annoying. He has a similar thing about like how it all works. And then I go to show him and I record like an 8-minute video, and then it's like, it's too big to send. Good God. Good God. All right. So we already have this prepped. I would have done it a little bit later, but I was like already kind of scrambling to get this one in and then get started. But it's just because it got here early. So then I don't have a lot of time to like do other things because I have somebody actually waiting on a job. But I got annoyed. I got annoyed that I wasn't streaming. So then I took a minute and I set up the stream. So this one's gonna be pretty short and sweet as far as the work goes. But then we're gonna watch some memes. Oh God. I forgot that's all there. Canon. Ugh. Can I do this? Who does Red Bull in the morning though? That one, that's too much. That's what coffee's for. Where's my super cool one that I had before that I'm never going to be able to find again? Okay, let me try something here. Hang on. Hang tight. Watch this. We're going to do a thing here. So we're going to add window capture, green screen video, which is that. And then we're going to make it smaller. So it's only this. I can't even see where the borders end on this monitor. And we're going to do that. You might be going, wow, that's super dumb. Why would you do that? Because we're going to take it and we're going to put it here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is that fun? We green screen things now. Let me pull up the chat. I use the All right, it gets more fun. It gets more fun because remember the shanks that we have? And then any green tools, any bright green things, it's gonna do that. So that includes fun stuff like it works really well. So I don't want it to be like overly distracting or anything. So most of the stuff isn't gonna do that. But I gotta play around with like the videos and stuff. We just played around with this the other day. Apparently I got green accents on my floor, not knowing that. The real reason is so I can green screen them out. So yeah. Let's grab this one, right? So one thing I haven't seen yet is like, so we're just gonna tint a door window, right? It's so wild. We can do any video. Any video, anything in the background. So there might be a way to integrate the green screen effects with super chats as well. So how does the roll? Oh, because it's so yeah, that's actually not window tint. That's a green roll of vinyl. Yeah, we just like we stand over a big city there, right? So fun. All right, let me see. So the towels are yellow. So they're kind of like, they're in this weird in-between land. Oh, and then we got tape. Oh, No way. So when we do tape over the switches, just little things like that. I don't know if I'm going to leave it, but for today we will. I think it's fun. I ordered the blue hose for my keg, so that's not going to work. You know what was funny is when Rick brought hoses over, he brought a green and a blue one, but we literally just figured out the green screen one, and he's like, I should have brought 2 green ones over now. So then you can do this. But we'll see. We'll see if it's a thing that stays or if it's too much. I like that most of it isn't. Most of the things aren't going to do it, and then every once in a while we're going to come across something that's just going to do it. Like the entire floor. Good times. Have you ever tried bottom loading? Yeah, a couple of times. And it's totally fine. Like, I get it. It wouldn't take me very long to... Like, I mean, I can do it. I could probably do it a little better with practice. But you're just dropping in the film. So, I like it because it makes the installation easier. The problem is everything else. So, on certain vehicles, you're going to have an easy time setting it up for that. And then on some vehicles, it's just not going to be easy for you. So, if you can, most of the time, do it, then you'll be in pretty good shape. The issue, the biggest issue, and why I really haven't pushed in that direction is not even necessarily because I don't like taking customer cars apart. It's because there'll be like a handful of vehicles that I really don't want to take apart. And tinting this way is just kind of a more universal approach to everything. So every window you can pretty much tackle the same way. So that goes for difficult windows, easy windows, and like if the window's already easy, to me there's never been a point in taking it apart. I'm not, like, it just creating extra work for me. If it's got pop panels, I bottom load. If not, I 2 states. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has a little different approach to it. I think that's a really sensible way to do it. But it's not working. It's not worth taking cars apart. I messed up a Bentley. That's no good. And that's when it really counts. So, like, I think the main thing you need to know is how to install this way, with the caveat that you can know how to mostly bottom load on everything and get by most of the time. The only problem you're going to run into is that inevitable door panel that is just an utter pain in the ass to remove, or you're worried you're going to break something. If you're just more confident in that realm, then you'll do really well. And door panels are one of those things where, like, you can take your time and figure it out. Window tinting's kind of like a one-shot go, where when you mess up, you're starting over. So there's so many things where they're not like that, where, you know, if you're doing a remote starter, you can take your time and you can cross some wires. You can not have it hooked up correctly, and you can flip things around, take it apart a little bit, and set it back up. You're okay. Window tint, one shot go. So, if you can take your time and get everything out of the way, and then just install the tint and make that the easy part, then yeah, that's fine. So I didn't even have the, like, it wasn't even a question when I was tinting. It was just, there was a guy that installed this way, mostly this way. And that's just kind of the way that I was introduced to it all. So I just really continued hard into doing it this way. We didn't have big groups of people collaborating and coming out with different ways of installing and whatnot. It just this is how you tinted. So that's why I kind of stuck with this more. But also I'm happy to keep on doing it this way, because it's just, for me, it's less hassle. I learned how to do the universal tinting part much earlier on, so that's kind of the harder part. But if you learn how to do that, then you're taking less things apart. Gasket wizards. I haven't really messed around with them. So when it comes to stuff like that, I think there's definitely little like assistant tools that can help a lot. For me, it was a matter of where I really would like one is on a super tight window. So if I'm using it just for Chevys and Fords and GM, and it doesn't, these are already easy enough to deal with. Most doors are easy enough to deal with. It's when you get into something like, it's a little bit more annoying, like VW. And some of those seals are just so tight that you're not really gonna effectively be able to get one of those tools in there. So I didn't even go down that rabbit hole too much, but so that goes with like taking it all apart too. Why does the floor look cool? Because we were playing around with some stuff. We have RGB shanks now. So the rags are yellow, so it's green screen. So the rags are kind of like in this in-between space, which is kind of interesting. The floor is all out, and then I have like one squeegee blade over there that works pretty well. That would be fun to get some green squeegee blades. I have like the Detroit Tint Studio one. It's around here somewhere. Oh, I got this one. Oh, this one's kind of like a darker green. That looks pretty sick. So I didn't want to go like full nausea-inducing. I didn't want to go like full nausea-inducing stuff here. So like, how's that one? It's a little bright. It's not bad, but it's a little bright. This one could be fun. Oh God. What's that one look like? Yeah, I didn't really want to induce seizures. Oh, that's pretty sick. Maybe we'll leave it on that one for a little bit. There was one that was like a neon tunnel. That was pretty. Hang on. There's ads. Play Naruto clips. We could do anything like that, yeah. God, there was this like neon tunnel Let me just search it quick. Neon tunnel background. It was so good. Oh, this one. Let me do this one. It was actually this one. So, let me... Oh, God. Yep. See, look, we got card ads. I gotta log in. How do you guys deal with ads on YouTube? I pay for premium. I gotta log in on that one, though. So, I like this one just because of stuff like this. Like, it actually made it look more of like a... like electricity was flowing. It was pretty sick. I can't stand ads. The time. It's really like you're sitting there pressing skip, and I use YouTube way too much, so I pay for premium. How much do you charge for the two fronts? 100. 100 starting for the two fronts. I'm in this weird in-between spot. I think we're gonna change that when it comes to springtime. Ads are for poor people. You know what's funny was my younger brother. He leaves ads and he can more than afford to pay for them. He just like, yeah, I like clicking the next button. I'm like, what? That made no sense to me.
Moses Beres super chatted $4.99 for less ads.
Moses with a 5, thank you for less ads. I wish that was the case. What are you gonna change about the two front door price? I might just change them to 150. So for a lot of shops, $100 front doors all day long. For me, it's more about opportunity. So I just gotta get the scheduling. What is this now? Is it doing an ad? I think it's doing an ad in the background now. So if I do like 150, it's more because I don't want to do just front doors. So I'm just kind of like pricing them out entirely. How do you figure out your prices? There should be smart ways to answer that. I just have been around for a while, so you know, you just kind of figure out what other people are charging and just kind of go in that direction. Because there's like a market value, there's what people are willing to pay, and then you have your expenses and everything. So it's kind of hard to just put a price on, like, you have your obvious material costs and you have your time. But then there's like, you know, there's times that it's really busy and times that it's really slow. So you're never going to be able to figure that out entirely. But there is like general market rates and stuff. So I kind of figure out what where most people are, and then adjust accordingly. Like if I want to stay there, if I want to go a little higher, if I want to go a little lower, that part's up to you. But that's kind of what I would do, is kind of figure out what people are looking for already. So you're not going to be the first phone call, usually. But That being said, you don't have to just go in and undercut everybody just to get business. There we go. So then we're gonna put windshield strip up here, and that's gonna be it. What type of tape from Lowe's? I'm using their house wrap tape. It's got an acrylic adhesive, which seems to cling very well to things. It's generally water resistant. So as long as it's stuck to something and you spray over it, it'll keep sticking. It's really good about that. Yes. We successfully bumped it. So right now, I think I'm glad most of the tools are not in super bright green, and then we just have some stuff. So nuts. Yay!
Nate Humphreys super chatted $4.99. Been using your channel to help me learn to tint, hoping to get better and become successful with it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Nate with a 5. Really appreciate that. It's a really nice message too. Glad it's been helping. I will keep going. It's definitely been, I'm in that winter slowdown right now. So good appointments are a little few and farther between. It's also a holiday week. That'll definitely impact things. But before you know it, it'll pick back up. That's how it always goes. Just started Johnson film, but I want to go with GeoShield. What would you recommend? Pro Classic C2. I live in the East Coast. I don't recommend any one particular film really. If you're trying to choose between them, like it's kind of just where your price points is going to be. I think if you're only selling one option, you're selling yourself a little short. So you should pick up a couple of them. So do like Pro Classic and C2. The best, in my opinion, is to carry 3 lines. You'll see that in so many industries and fields. You'll have a good, better, best. I mean, when you go to, I think one of the best is it's like when you go to an oil change place. It's like, what, are you going to put oil that's not going to work on my car? No, all of them work. They just have like, this one is so much better than this one. And then they almost make you feel bad about the entry-level option, which I hate. I hate that. But there's value props across the board. So Carbon has a really good in-between. So you get a 50% heat reduction with Carbon. nothing with dye, and 75 to 80% with ceramic. Get a green costume. I've got green on my logo. That green gets green screen. It's super distracting right there. What's that spray on the table? This one? This one's ATR. Oh, dude, that looks sick. It's like slightly rainbowed there. Zoom, zoom. That's cool. Yellow's actually kind of fun. Alright, we gotta set this up for a windshield strip. Expel claims 99% heat reduction. Is that wrong? No, not if it's true. I want to compare it to some other ones. I've heard some, like, I know where it comes from, and I've heard some things about all of them. And the one thing is, you've never seen that on this channel, so we should get some and compare it. I would love to compare, I'm thinking, something in Lumar's lineup. Like, Lumar's Formula 1. XR Plus and Crystalline, I think would all be really good films to have like side-by-side comparisons. The two sprays on the other table, like those blue bottles over there, the ones with the blue tops, white cans, blue tops. What time is it? 10:49. Yeah, we're making good time with everything too. Da, 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 da. Big squeegee to clean the windshield. I got that from the store. You can find that locally. It's a Libman. So they're just a big cleaning brand. They make brooms and stuff. So they also make like a glass squeegee. I got this one from IKEA that I got to try. Where's my... Oh, this will work. I find it very distracting, Disco Edge. Yeah, that's a point. I'll look it over. I don't know if I'll keep it. I was just having some fun with it today. The white tape? Glass Aid. Oh, if it'll pop up. Probably not. How far do we have to go on this? It's probably too much. So we're not doing a big strip on this one. Oh, you bitch. Why you do that? Do you play music while you work? Why? It's not sharp enough. Yeah, I'll play music or I'll play videos while I'm working. Or I'll be trying to figure out something on stream. A lot of the time, that's it. This isn't the cleanest of edges. for a windshield strip. Like, or like side edges to like cut a straight edge. It's not the cleanest, but if you angle it right, you can get it. Just a big one that's there. I have a 5% roll that just doesn't have super great edges. That'll happen from time to time. Oh yeah, we are way big. How does that happen? My guesstimating skills are not there. So I'm gonna do this, I think, to the bottom. I'm gonna bring them back here to double check, but what's the trick to making them have an identical curve? So the only way that I ever do them is like this. Straight edge. I don't ever do contour cuts. So if you have it in a software, then you're better off. As long as it lines up. There we go. Just need a little practice. It's gonna be so big. But otherwise, just laying them on the windshield, they're gonna line up because it's the same straight edge. Ooh, we're getting ads. I love it. Embedded floor ads. They came with the shop. Okay. Let me just get this lined up here. And what's interesting is this one's got like a dots here, so you want to cover all this up, and then it cuts it flat into this right here. So you just need to go as far as that to make sure you don't have any dots that are exposed. Do customers ever walk in the back and see you with your headset? Not very often. It wouldn't mind me though at this point. It's a different story out in like a grocery store though. I don't know. I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to just like vlog out in public. It's too awkward. Even when I walk by people that are trying to do like a video, it's like you don't hardly ever see it, and it's like it's cringy. I think something like that. So what I'll do on these two is I'll tweak them up a little bit so it's less irritating on the inside. It might make them like kind of bow a little this way, that way, but when you look at it from most angles, it doesn't look weird. It looks like one continuous strip that all lines up. Most of the time though, the driver's gonna be in here looking out. So that's where you want it to be really, really helpful. Okay. Let me put him back here. I'm just gonna put this on the table though. We're gonna face it. We're gonna face you guys like that way real quick. So I put it right to where that border kind of comes down. If you want to hop in there and look at it. That's good? Okay, cool. Give me about an extra 15 Canon. GoPro. Sometimes the center is not always center. Like the center, yep, you're right. I don't run into that as much anymore, but you're absolutely right. Some of them are pretty offensive, where the whole center will be, usually I think more to the right side, clear a little bit more room for the drivers, but when you try and do a windshield strip on it, it just looks extra goofy. And to that, I just do as best as I can. You're doing, you know, like a $50 windshield strip. It's not the end of the world. Most people are pretty well fine with whatever you're putting up there. So in a circumstance like that, do the best you can, and then feel free to ask them if you want. So on this one, you know, if they're waiting up front, I'll pretty much always bring them back here just to like double check, because some people like them a little bit lower, a little bit higher. But as long as you get within like a certain range, people are pretty happy. They're just like, yeah, just a strip up there, thank you. I love the floor. Thanks. Ads are a funny thing. I wasn't expecting the ads, but I think that's pretty hilarious. I have to log in on that one. Why did you use chroma key? We were just having some fun. We talked about it for a little while. And I actually went into settings and found chroma key and enabled it, and then put a backdrop. Just for fun. I betcha, I have a feeling that people either absolutely love it or hate it. Because it can be pretty distracting. How much are your deposits? I'm considering doing it next year. Oh, just start doing it. Just literally start doing it right away. I think deposits can be whatever you want them to be. So I wasn't sure either. So I had a $40 deposit, but I tell you, nobody is leaving their $40 deposit on the table. I have not. I've had one person disappear. Called him, said he was going to be here in 10 minutes, and then I just couldn't get a hold of him again. Don't know what happened. But yeah, last minute cancellations suck, and that's exactly why, like, last minute cancellations are just, for me, it was communication. Straight up no-shows. People that call, schedule. Because here's what you're going to find. Here's what a lot of you guys are going to be dealing with. You're going to have lots of people calling you, but they've also called other places. And that might not be something you really realize to the extent that it's happening, because they're not going to tell you that they might already have scheduled with like 3 other places, but they're not going to tell you about it. They're just going to call, hi, I'm looking for window tint. How much? How soon can you get me in? Okay, thanks. And and there's people like anywhere in between. They'll want it now. Is my thumbnail wrong? God, I set one up too. Hang on. Thank you for that. We'll finish that in a second. Canon. Let me fix this. Edit. Did it? What? No, it's not. It should be this one. I changed it. You lie. No. Oh, you're right. Oh, I did something even worse. Oh, I forgot to change the event to the one that I set up. Oh, I'm so mad. Your thumbnail was a Cole's ad. Hang on. Let me, I think I can change this while I'm doing stuff. Is there a way I can just like refresh this and then it'll bring me into my current one and then I can change it? That would be super helpful, YouTube. Manage. Yep, there it is. Edit. Okay. Yep. Upload thumbnail. Okay. Well, we figured it out. It's supposed to be this one. So I actually did have everything set up right. And then we're going to turn that on. Click save. See, look, the tint even does a crazy thing. Isn't that fun? Okay. Now we changed it. So it should be all better now. GoPro. Okay. So what was I saying about deposits? Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are calling all around and they're just going to say, yes. And then they're just not going to show up because you're not like, some people just don't want to be rude. And so they're scoping around for a price and they have no idea how much it costs where you're at. And you might just be out of their price range. So it's not even just to be rude or anything necessarily, but they might feel bad saying no or just like, you're just a little expensive or whatever. And you have your reasons, but maybe you're just out of their budget. So rather than just say no, they'll just keep continuing like, yeah, I'll schedule an appointment. And then they'll schedule an appointment and then they just won't show up or pick up the phone. So for me, a deposit was a way to really whittle those out because they will not put money down. So it's one of those things where I leave it in their hands. Like, set it for this time, this day. And then as soon as I got the deposit, you'd be locked in. And then all of a sudden, boom. Like, they either leave it or they don't. And first come, first serve, whoever has the deposit first gets the appointment first. I have had a couple of people sleep on it for like 2 days. So I didn't think I had any appointments in that time. And then next thing I know, they like leave a deposit like 3 days later. And it's like, okay, that's not what it's for either. But it's pretty few and far between for me. And you can just call them. Like, it opens up some communication. You have your rules. It doesn't mean that they can do whatever deposit they want, whatever they want on their own terms. Like, it's up to you as a business. You can give them a phone call, and usually people are pretty reasonable. Where's all my fun stuff? I have so much crap on this table. So I got to set up a TV, but I think I forgot the TV mount, so I can do part of it today. I bought a TV on Wednesday, and then I picked it up yesterday. Does a sun distribution towel have a soak rope? No. No, it's just a really nice towel. Nobody's got a really good one that has a soak rope that'll last for any sense of time. I'm waiting on 2 front doors and a brow right now. Hopefully they show up. I wrapped a car and the customer is so picky I had to take it off. Ooh. Jeez. What a waste. That's tough. That's real tough. That's how I felt about paint protection film. Because there's like, with paint protection film, there needs to be like some reasonable expectation there too. Because it's similar to tint in just like the way people look at it, and it costs way more. So it can, that can be a tough one. You know, you've got a full bumper. I mean, let's just look at this one. This probably is not difficult to do, but you got all the way from here to all the way there. So if they've got a problem here, and they're just like, I don't like this, well, you're redoing the entire piece. So as bad, we've got what? As bad as a full windshield, and that's not fun, but not as bad as a full bumper. Not as bad as a full bumper. I got a phone call. I think I missed what you said about the GoPro. I am not going to repeat it. You can go back. It's like, hey, I'm late. What did we miss? Can you retint the car? Bumpers can take 5 hours. Yeah, I've done probably about 20-ish front ends, and a handful of like other stuff. Mostly it was full hoods, full bumpers, full fenders, or half hoods and half fenders. The worst is always the bumpers. That's the biggest barrier for me in paint protection film was I just hated doing bumpers. They're low to the ground, so then like the shop that I was doing them at, eventually we got them to get like race ramps, but even that took like so long. So it's like you're basically almost scraping this stuff on the ground. You can't get a good angle on a lot of things, and it was just a mess. Oh, come on. Come on, just slide up. Just slide up a little bit, a little bit. There we go. That's what I want to see. A little bit and a little bit. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. A little bit, little bit. Nice. I like it. Does this have a camera? Usually all that means yes, but even if not, I just cut around them. I cut around most of them like that, because there's no point to removing it all. Make it look too. Windshield strips are not bad. They get slightly more complicated. But on something like this, literally, you're matching it up, you're cutting a line there, and then you're just piecing it where it was on the outside. So the thing that would have made it slightly easier is just cutting this a little slimmer. I managed to tuck it under that plastic a little bit. Nothing crazy about a windshield strip. Not like this. Is LegalZoom a one-time payment? I don't know. There's definitely reasons that they try and get you to pay things every year. It's like some legal intermediary or something. I don't know. There's stuff that you're supposed to have, and then they'll tell you what that is. Just know when you have a business, everything costs more money than what you think it should. Just because you're a business. So fun, right? There's just lots of weird random expenses. But that being said, there's also things that you probably should be paying for as a business that all it would take is somebody in the city or in charge to like look over your business and go, hey, you need to have these things. And then you go, oh, I didn't know that. And then you go get those things then. So just don't sweat it. The spray? Oh yeah, that's Sprayway. Sorry. I think I half answered that one before. I don't know. I have like 1 in every 5 people say that they really like Sprayway. Like, as far as customers go. They're like, oh, I use that one. I really like that one. I'm like, perfect. Keep using it. It's a great glass cleaner. And it's available all over the place. I always felt like I need to order something like extra special. But for me, this has always been a really good option. Streak free, and it's pretty true. It just kind of like throws you off because it's available locally. You like see it in a Walmart, you're like, should I like go get something better? Is there something better? I don't know. Super chat. Yeah, people are pretty mixed on the floor. I think more people said they liked
Vicar
it.
super chatted $10. I'll double the previous amount just so you keep the ads. Smiley face.
I'll double the previous amount just so you keep the ads. If only that actually benefited the channel. Every once in a while, an actual YouTube ad will pop up in the floor. That's why. They're embedding them into people's green screens. That's amazing. Like, yeah, like, look at that. There's, like, one right there. Invisible glass works well, too. It's all the same. Interesting. I've heard good things about invisible glass. The green screen stuff on the floor is weird. Look, but there's a landscape lighting for pros. Look at that right there. It's so low budget. All right, let me get this one all settled here. I think it's pretty much ready to come out. We're gonna put some RGB tape over the switches as a reminder. There's some ad tape. There we go. There, we'll put some ad tape there. So the more stuff was, I wanted to watch some videos. I do too much on stream. And when I have stuff like this, I always feel like if I don't have a car, I don't have a stream. And I want that to not be as much of the case. And then the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of time that the car or the stream, that's the main thing. But the views afterwards don't really do a ton. So I need to rework a couple things. We're gonna put that there. That's a bad spot for it. I just saw something I gotta get a heat gun for real quick. How long do you tell people to not use their windows? This time of year, about 5 days to a week. It dropped all the way down to like 30 degrees. So we're in freezing temperatures. It'll still dry out somehow, some magical way. It'll dry out, but
Vicar super chatted $10, but in all seriousness, thank
Aww.
you Matt, you made watching Tint install actually enjoyable. Wish you and the channel the best of success.
Vic with the 10. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. In all seriousness, thank you. Made watching Tint actually enjoyable. Wish you and your channel the best of success. Thank you. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. It's always a mental struggle to try and figure out what to do, what to change, and how to improve it. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on here, I think, but we need to do one more little thing, and I think that'll be it. One more little content strategy thing. We're in the 20s and 30s today, dropped to the 10s. Eee, Minnesota, you guys kick our ass on temperatures like that a little bit. Ours are not super fun though. How fast can you tint a car? Has anybody ever said Geo looks brown? Yeah, I'll say it looks a little brown, depending on what you use. And I can follow up with that in a minute. Hang on, let me pull this out first. Whew. Super fun. All right, let's get this guy out. Whoa. Oh, that's the floor. I was like, why is the door panel? We got boxes there. Yes, we did it. Ooh, that is a good match. See that? That looks, I'm happy with that. Farther and up. Cool. You guys aren't out here very much. But that's what she looks like outdoors. Windshield strip. Front door's 20 to match the back. Gotta run back. Whew, cold. Alright, I want you guys hang tight there. I'm gonna cash them out. It didn't even switch. I'm so short. All right, let me rearrange some stuff. So now I can chill for a little bit. See, it's so much better. It's so much better right now. Let me adjust this camera too. Oh, my headphone. Oh, what the? This, I can't even hear you guys. What is going on? I got a bigger, isn't that cool? Don't y'all want shirts that do that? I like that. So, did we make the sale? Yes. Yes, it's all cashed out, and he's taking it. Everything's good with that one. That's something that is a little touchy for me to do on stream. So, I think I can actually leave it. Because it's kind of over in that back corner right there, and you don't really see it. So I should be able to leave it like this next time. It's something, like, I like to just cash people out there. Just because everything's all set up, and I put a printer on the bottom too, so I can give an invoice and everything. And that's been really clean and easy to do. It's Saturday. Go home. It does not feel like a Saturday. I have no idea why. Oh, look at those ads. Is there a way that we can benefit off of that? That's amazing. Yeah, so today does not feel like a Saturday. I think it's because Thursday was Thanksgiving, so it felt like a family day. And then so today is actually a Saturday. But it doesn't feel like it. I have nothing else today. I thought I might even get phone calls. I haven't had it. Oh, maybe I have. Oh, I might have. Oh, I actually have a lead that I gotta do. Okay. Well, I have a little bit of work. Hang on. Let's see how much of that we can do on here. Because I'm getting tired of not being able to show certain things on streams. I don't really want to plaster people's phone numbers and names, but I don't know. Let's see. So we go to Tint Wiz, we go to leads. November 20th. Oh, I'm so dumb. That's this one. We got a lead. No, I just checked somebody in here. It's not a lead that I actually have to do. Bummer. As far as everything else goes, I have a TV. So annoying. I forgot to bring the main part of the TV. I've got a TV I can go grab. I have to try and put a wall mount on it. We can figure that out. But I also wanted to watch a couple of videos too. Look at that. Look at the tint. Oh, it's so fun. But what were some of the questions back here? I've landed quite a few off of leads. Leads have been pretty good for me. Like people that go to your site and request a quote. I kind of want to do. Oh, somebody said I kind of want to do streams while tinting, but I would honestly feel like a copycat. Oh, don't worry about it. Just do it. There's a bunch of guys that are getting into it, and there's a couple that are literally ripping off everything that I do, and I'm helping them do it. I don't mind. It's an interesting space. I think it's fun. More people are starting to get into it. It can be helpful for your business, and I don't see any downsides other than the money you're going to spend and the time it takes to figure all this stuff out. But it makes it fun in a different way. So I don't think there can be enough content out there about this industry, but the real special part is trying to figure out how to hit a wider audience. That's tough. That's really tough. How do you filter your clients? I don't have any way of actually like just filtering people, but it just kind of happens on its own. So you quote a price, and if they're interested, they are, and if they're not, then they're not. So that's enough of a filter as I've ever needed. I'm more than happy to tint pretty much anybody's car. And the deposits have been the other thing to that. So deposits kind of help with a certain type of clientele. They bring in people that are a little bit more patient, I guess, or like to do a little bit more research, or have a little bit more money to spend, or something like that. You know what I mean? They're not like, they didn't wake up on a Saturday and they're go, I need tint and I need it now. So then you're just like mad calling everybody, right? It's like when you decide you want to go to Best Buy and buy something. It's like if the local one doesn't have it, you're searching all the other ones, and you're going to go find it for as cheap and as quick as you can go get it. So with window tinting, there's a lot of crossover to that, but there are people with nicer cars, and they're happy to wait and drop it off or whatever. I mean, this was the only thing that really gets me here is front doors, because front doors aren't very hard for me to do at all. They're quick in and out things, and most people are gonna wait. So what's tricky for me is I never really felt like there's much of a stream there. I mean, this one added a windshield strip, so that was kind of fun, but it's like it's a quicker in and out thing. So like try and set up the stream and then just do it for that. But now I kind of want to evolve into something a little bit different, where we can hang out on these streams for a little while and maybe go over some different things, and it's not so like, doesn't feel so rushed. Maybe like an after party type thing, or I'm not entirely sure what even to call it, but it's kind of the idea. So is that going to ruin my green screen? Can I minimize this? That would be amazing. I can't minimize it. We got to always have that up there. That's okay. So we're going to grab a couple windows here. This and this. Oh, man. Do I got to log into YouTube to watch videos? I got to log into YouTube to watch videos. Ah! What's that on your floor? It's space, man. It's a space tunnel. Neon tunnel. So there's that. And let's get my chat over here so we can do some windows. Because I can do stuff like this. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Let me rearrange a window. What? That doesn't make sense to me. The no ads. That's right. Because when we're trying to watch videos, that's where it changes a little bit. So watch on stream. So I made like a small list of videos. Things that I think would be that are kind of topical. I was looking for bad window tint videos, or just like DIY type tint videos, so I think we might just do that today. Stuff that I can go back and make an actual video with. This, I need a few more for this. Oh, and I actually have I have 3 dash cams on the way. So yesterday we streamed and emailed a couple of dash cam leads, and they're sending me them. They're like, great, we want a video. I'm like, fantastic. Fantastic. I'm your guy to make a video on that. No. Oh, that's why it's that way. Hang on. Can I? Ooh, I think I fixed it. Okay, there we go. Better. Have you done a Tesla Model Y roof? No, I haven't. Have I touched the Model Y? I don't think I've done a Model Y yet. No, I did everything but the roof on the Model Y. So we did all the sides and the back and the windshield, but we didn't touch the roof. Like on every single one of those, there's something that is just kind of ridiculous. I think Patrick, he did one, or on the Model X, something like that. He did a really good job. So I actually wanted to see what 0% tint is, because I have no idea. I've been saving this video. This is a Ryan Mayer video. And
which is hard in these times, but that's the only reason why nothing's really done on it. However, we're gonna actually touch it today. We ordered some parts for the Ford. We gotta get a track bar bolt and the flag nuts that go in the frame. Track bar bolt is non-existent, so we're gonna get some grade 8 hardware and get ourselves a self-made track bar bolt because it doesn't exist. It's discontinued from Ford and you can't get it. So we're just waiting on parts for that. And then other than that, guys, we're actually gonna get to doing something on the Wrangler today. As you can see, the first thing like a lot of people do is usually tint their windows, and you guys know way back on my channel I did a lot of tint. We recently just got a plotter, so it you know, it cuts the windows out.
You got a plotter?
I used to hand cut everything, so it's gonna make this a super easy job today.
So what software are you using?
The world's darkest tint. It's gonna be 0%. Yes, it's 0% tint. Yes, it exists. I've seen YouTube videos that are like, oh, I installed the darkest tint, 4%, 5%, 2.5%. Well, I got my hands on a roll of 0%.
Whoa, hang on. Dang.
Boss Super Chatted $101.23. Matt, do you get any sponsor deals from companies since you are showcasing their brands to the wider public? Do you even mention them you're live streaming your services with their products?
Boss, thank you so much for the 75/100-ish dollars. So 75 pounds. Much appreciated. Do you have any sponsor deals from companies since you're showcasing their brands to the wider public? Do you even mention them that you're live streaming your products? Yes. So I have a handful of companies that do support this stream. So Sun Distributing, Tint Depot, Geo, and TintWiz. Those are all sponsors of the channel in their own respective ways. So it didn't start out that way, though. It was really, I was using stuff that I liked, and then eventually companies start warming up to the idea. It's super different for window tinting, though. Just any companies in window tinting are like 5 years behind of everybody else. So this is still incredibly new for them, but I needed a way to continue to do this channel but not have to worry so much about the business side. So at home it was a little bit easier, but when you're coming to here, like we got rent to pay every month, we have a hefty internet bill, we got utilities, we have other stuff to pay for. I have stuff I want to do with the stream. We redid the showroom, like all this other regular business stuff that I always have to do on top of it. So yeah, I do have companies that help support, and I'm very, very grateful to have that, or else this wouldn't be able to be a thing the way it is. Not by any stretch off of just super chats or YouTube revenue or stuff like that. So altogether, it definitely helps. I really, really appreciate that, though. Thank you so much for the 75. Any of the super chats definitely help contribute to what goes on here, but it is not like it doesn't cover all the bills. Rent here is not super cheap. Okay. I want to skip a little bit.
It's going to be 0%. Yes, it's 0% tint. Yes, it exists. I've seen YouTube videos that are like, oh, I installed the darkest tint, 4%, 5%, 2.5%. Well, I got my hands on a roll of 0% tint. I can assure you it is beyond illegal on front windows.
I love this so much already because he's talking about different percents. I got my hands on one that actually says 0. So, yes, you could have one that says 0. And I actually haven't seen anything that said 0, but it basically is like, you know, 0% is like 1%, 0, so it could be 0.00 something. So dark that you can see through it a little bit, but I really want to see what he found.
Almost everywhere. The backs, especially in you know, my state, can be any darkness, so that's not going to matter. However, if I put 0% over the factory 20, it's going to be just ridiculously dark, and you probably won't even be able to see
5%
so we're gonna throw 5%
over the back is ridiculous.
Over these rear
2.5
windows,
over the
it'll
back
bring
is
us to about
ridiculous.
1%, which is closest we can get to 0% physically by layering tints. So it's going to be 0 and then 1, and then on the windshield, I don't know if I'm going to do 50, 35, definitely not 20, so I'm either going to do 50 or 35 on the windshield of this thing. This Jeep doesn't get driven in rain.
Do they really?
It hasn't seen rain yet, so when I don't plan on it, may just do 35 on the windshield.
I heard of like
everything's flat, so if
2.5 or 2 from them,
I can tell you right
but
now,
I didn't hear about 0. I think this is great.
I don't think, you know, 5% I don't think is legal really anywhere. Some states care, some states don't, so don't think this is...
Okay, so just general rules here. Like he's saying in his state, in my state, anything on the front doors is technically illegal except for the top 4 inches of the window. Every state's going to vary here. Across the board, though, in every state, a 0%, like he said, is definitely going to be completely illegal. This is more for kicks and giggles, and just because he does a bunch of this
something
stuff.
You could just go by and do, and everything's okay. I can promise you it won't be. We're going to do this literally for testing purposes because we've never seen it. Let's get tinting.
I want to know what kind of software he uses for plotters, because you can have a plotter, but the software is expensive. It'll usually run you like $150 a month, depending on what you're using.
All right, guys, this actually comes from Scorpion window film.
He got
just
Scorpion,
so you guys actually
0%.
believe me here. There, 0.
My
That's
chat is
24-inch
saying
roll, so this is literally 0.
It's not 0. It's actually
10.
3.
Does it look black on camera?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so great. So he actually went with a company that I recognize. It wasn't just some random film off of eBay or China or wherever. Scorpion is an actual film brand. They have some stuff that's a little... This is one of those companies I would expect to do something like this. And this is to please that I want tint over tint over tint. Like 555 is not dark enough, right? That's who this is for.
Yeah, it's pretty much black. There's a...
Oh, but you can see quite a bit through that. So, like my chat is saying, it's actually 3%. I could get this stuff and throw a meter over
black, because it is literally 0%. So this should be interesting.
You can't.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm already calling bull on Scorpion for that though. The 3 is just branding on that part. Oh, this is like. Shoot, is this film and vinyl? What is he using? This is film and vinyl, right? Chat can back me up on that. He's got a Jaguar plotter, film and vinyl, and he's got a foldy table. I have one of those in here too. That's great. I mean, as far as like, he's got a pretty basic looking Amazon squeegee there, a red blade. You don't see those. Those are just kind of like generics. But like, dude, this is great. I gotta check out some of his older ones because I know he was doing some older tint videos, and I think he's come a long way. He used to tint a lot. Did he really? Because this is like actually knows what he's doing. He's popping seals. He's bottom loading. What squeegee is that though? I'm impressed. Yeah, there's a better look at the squeegee. That's Amazon for sure. Amazon tools
guys,
for
so
sure.
As you saw, I laid this window first and tacked it second. Any quarter windows, there's not really...
I'm annoyed at Scorpion because this is that 3% over it and you can clearly see through it. Not clearly, but enough, right?
Otherwise, it's going to start pulling the tint every time you squeegee it out. So I said just set it on there, you know, let it sit, kind of let it air dry a little bit, and then you can squeegee it out after you finish this. But that's any quarter window, whether it's the front of a car, rear of a Jeep,
Aw, he's
whatever.
giving
Any
us
of the
tint
quarter
tips
windows
here.
that aren't full roll downs, just set the tint, let it sit for a minute, and then get back to it. Otherwise, you're gonna be fighting with it for a long time.
I'm so proud. Just good old tips here from a very like truck DIY channel. I'm more than happy to see stuff like this because there are some videos out there that are genuinely terrible. Getting behind those roll bars, it's not that hard to do, but it's still one of those things that like you could get jumbled up in. I like that he's just got the setup. I'm impressed that he's got film and vinyl.
We'll probably do a 0% brow, so like you can look straight at the sun, no issues.
The music, I'm having trouble with the audio because the music is so loud in comparison to like.
Also, a lot of you were asking where
his
you know,
voice.
these are from. Top link in the description. They're there. Honestly, obviously, light right where you're looking.
See, from a DIY channel, I know some of them have been really terrible on like window tinting advice. Like they're kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have some fun with it, and like that's totally fine. But I'm genuinely impressed with. I'm genuinely impressed with like either the progress here or just what he's doing. You can definitely tell he's tinted a fair amount of times, and he's got everything set up right, and he's doing everything by the book. Like this is all good stuff. And because he pulls apart a lot of panels, bottom loading, this is where it's especially helpful. He tried tint tech on an older video and thought it was garbage. My man. I used to use tint tech. Yeah, tint tech is incredibly inconsistent. They got the green going on. Bright cars for good thumbnails.
Oh my.
So he's putting the things back in. You can do them there, or you could roll them down and still put them back in. Wow, it's special. Is he doing it on the full windshield too? What's going on? Oh no, he's doing a lighter shade on the windshield. I was gonna say, doing it completely on the windshield would be a little bit much. Was that? They didn't hardly show it. Was that a reverse roll? Was that what that was? But he's got the 3% over the windshield. Dang! I like the green. The green's pretty sick. I don't dance in my videos, and it's not going to be a thing.
All right, guys. Well, we are actually driving at night with the 0% tint, and then the 35 windshield. Well, the 35 windshield almost.
You're not
looks
supposed
stock
to say that.
With the 0 on the sides and the 0% brow on top of the 35. I'm gonna be real. The brow over the 35, the 0, it's gonna be absolutely incredible in the sunlight.
It will be.
It
genuinely will be. He's my man. He did 35 over the windshield, which 35 is probably my favorite shade to drive around with on a windshield. It's just pushing it to the point where it cuts down substantial glare, and it's comfortable to drive around with as long as you have bright headlights. Because 35 isn't really even that dark of a shade. And then he just blacked out the back. I wouldn't go that dark, but obviously you see the channel that he's doing here.
Moses Beras super chatted $4.99 to dance.
Moses with a 5 to dance. That's not gonna happen. I understand I've got a disco floor here, but that's not gonna happen. He's tinted a lot of things here. Watch his videos. He has decent knowledge of tinting. I want to say I caught a couple of videos a while back where it wasn't like I ordered a kit online, we're gonna install it, and it was. I have to go back and look at them, but I'm really happy to see stuff like this, especially from just a auto DIY channel. He does sick mods. He's had this channel around for a while. I've seen these videos pop up from time to time. The Zero one popped up, and I was like, I gotta save this for stream.
We've done driving this. I will be honest and say it is it's a little different than a 5%. It's supposed to let zero the light through. As you can see from the outside, it is like a direct reflection. It's not like a mirror tint, but because no light is let in, that's why it's almost like a reflection from the outside. From the inside out, yes, you can still see out. During the day, it's probably going to be super comfortable in here. However, right now at night, like I said, some of you who probably are just clicked on this video,
I'm assuming he's going to follow up during the day, or is he going to do what I do and then just not?
Alright guys, well here's a representation. I mean, we got 5. There's actually just like frost on it.
So this is 5. They're going to essentially be the same.
Over here. And then here we go, 0 on the side.
Just early morning with frost. Yep. I would have done that. Lazy, not even follow up the next day and do it. Yep. It's just, you can see how much light you can get through here. It's very similar to 5. Camera exposure is going to be a little funny. But 5% on the front, it's not. I'd say you could have a darker film with the people that are like 5/5/5. That's going to be much darker. So Scorpion is definitely playing up the branding a little bit on the 0% here. But I have no issues with that whatsoever. It's like, it's for those guys that are like, I want it as dark as I possibly can. And then you're just like, sure, why not? Let me just throw some 5 over it. But in this case, I got 0% for you, man, and they'll be like, oh! Like, yeah, that's what that's for. The only 2 channels I watch. He doesn't know that I'm watching his videos on stream, though. It's cool. I'm genuinely happy with this video, though. It's something that, yeah, you see that exposure right there? See that little exposure shift where you're looking out the front and then you switch to the side? So that's really hard to show on camera, but you kind of get an idea of, it's dark. It's definitely dark, but it's
all right, guys,
still very see-through.
0% tint on the Wrangler. As you can see, it's literally a direct mirror. You can see me, what's up? You can probably see yourself, what's up, guys? But yeah, it's like a direct mirror, 0, and then here's 5 on this. But there's also 50 on the Charger here, the front windshield. This thing is probably the best.
He's just got everything bright green. That's so great. I love it.
I'm sorry, that's hard to show you, but I can see in from here, but I can't on the Jeep. So I guess that's your final thing there, because okay, well there's 50 on the windshield of the Charger, there's 35 on the Wrangler, but you can also see the white stitching in the dash. You can see the cup holders and stuff from here. You could just kind of see the.
Can I just say, this is for people, tint for people this dark. They look at their vehicles entirely too closely. So he's pointing out little things like you can see the stitching here or whatever. That is actually something that a customer would say to me if they didn't feel like their tint was dark enough. It's not hardly ever something that I've had to deal with. But it is one of those things where, like, when somebody does 5% and they're like, man, I want darker. It's like, because I can see this and I can see that. But if you're just standing back, an average person is never going to be able to see any of that. They just don't care. The only person that cares that much is the owner.
Slight
but
in a
good comparisons, very good video here. I'm very happy with this whole thing.
In this thing.
Very proud.
I can see the white water bottle cap in my.
Hang on, I gotta actually answer a phone call. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Two front doors and a full windshield would start at $250. No problem. Have a good one. We didn't get it. We tried real hard.
Driving it all day, it is super comfortable in the daytime.
He does a good job on editing and keeps it moving.
I'll give it that. really, really nice to have 0%
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the day. I have to do more experimenting
work on the
at
focus a
night,
little
I can
bit
tell you
today.
that. But
It's tough, man. It's tough when you're doing all these auto videos because you got so many angles and you're trying to show stuff. So it's like you either need help with somebody moving a camera around or just like take your time and set up and do the handheld thing, like just to try and get your point across. There's a lot going on here. So good video. This is another one by him. So he has spray painting car windows. So this is with night shades. I don't know if we want to watch these right now. I kind of wanted to go with, let's see. There's something else. No, let's keep with this a little bit. There's window tint. So this is one of his from 2 years ago. That was like one of the first ones that popped up. Completely black. Oh no, what is this one?
Alright guys, what's up? Sam here, Jocelyn behind the camera. Today, we're gonna be tinting the Lexus. So we're using tint, I don't know what brand, but it's Japanese, so it's good.
Gotta be.
And if you look
They
over
got
here,
music
you know
in
it's
here.
good.
That we're
So you're not going to be able to drive in direct sunlight.
It's so dark, dude.
What is this?
Yeah. Right, yeah,
This
there's
looks
no
like-
front windows.
This almost looks
so-
like vinyl.
RDR, right door right, right door rear, and RQR.
Oh, no, I guess
right
it's
door
10.
rear. So,
It looks
it's
like
the
a
left
little
side, we're gonna have
soft
to-
just from the camera.
Dude, we should be fine. I mean, it's pretty close.
yeah, I mean,
Oh no! Stop it! What are you? Oh, doing a quarter window. Oh, just peeling it outside like that.
To itself on the other side.
See, this is
And,
this is more what I was. Oh, stop touching it!
but you know, it's excited sometimes.
We put the soapy water on it so that even though the adhesive is on that side, we can still place it
He's
on
like
and
trying to
still
do
move it around the
tutorial,
window.
but he has no. He's,
How does the cut look?
what he's doing is real rough here. This is almost what I expected from like some of the other videos. I knew it. I knew if I searched darkest window tint, we'd get some videos like this. In this weather, though, I think you could tint outside no problem. Like, it's nice. It's not too sunny, a little overcast, and obviously warm.
This is nice and transparent. Wow.
It's nice and transparent, or no, non-transparent, except for all the
Alright,
little
so we have the light.
speckles that you're gonna.
Kind of
Okay.
bright.
Very. And
Oh, dude, it's right here.
Okay, that's the 0% there.
can't see anything. So, and just
Oh, right here. So
He
you
hasn't
can see it.
squeegeed it out yet.
Right in the crack.
oh, because that's not where the tint
And
is.
then.
Just to
This looks
confirm
like-
the light is on.
I swear it almost looked like vinyl.
Oh, that's too dark. All right.
It's a little
Looks good.
tough to tell,
Let's
but
continue.
that's 0% right
So,
there.
we got a lot
You're
of
not
bubbles
gonna
over
be
here,
able to
so
see
we need
through it
push
like
out.
at
That's
all.
what we'll use our patent squeegees for.
Yep, patent pending. We're waiting for a trade.
I don't know if
trademark,
it was.
the right
It,
for
it did have a clear
Like,
backing,
and
so
life.
I don't know.
Sapphire.
I might actually have
But
to
the
find
best.
some stuff like this off a sketchy site and
Keep the-
and buy it
Peep the method.
Yep.
just to
Wanna follow
see,
that
just to
fold
play around
exactly.
with it a little bit.
Because I was intending to look through the tint, but can't see anything in this tint, so.
Can't see it.
Tint.
Can't see it at all.
so
I want to see how they install a door window here, though. So they got all the paneling and stuff removed.
Side. There's no front tint at all. So
What was that,
everything
like-
but the rear
Look
glass.
like
The tint
oh,
that
their reaction
update,
to
I
it.
didn't know I was gonna be on this side of the camera, but we did the back side. There's no front tint at all, so everything but the rear glass, the tint that came in the package. is on the front.
This is like what every 555
so
person
it's,
wants. They're just like, yeah. But they'd still say, oh, you can see inside a little bit.
Damn.
You got
definitely
some
gotta see it from
problems
the
there.
inside though. From the inside looking out. Let me close that.
So the darker your tint is, the more imperfections you're gonna see too.
All
So on
around.
a really messy job, it's
Windshield
it's not gonna
too.
look great.
Stalling. Let's just get it done.
The rear window for the bottom.
Took them all day.
That's all we got.
So we just finished. You can see right.
Oh,
looks
are
like
they not
the
gonna show this
Instagram
during the daytime?
when we
Oh, what a
upload.
waste. What a waste. All right. Let's go back. Driving around with 2%. Double 5.
What is going on, everybody? It is Aaron Tates, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to
Welcome
be
back.
finally
It's your
window
boy.
tinting the driver's side, as long as all goes right. This is my third time filming this video. So the first time you guys saw, we did the cheap window tint. We went to AutoZone and picked
Oh,
up
that
some
sounds like
window
me.
tint. They sell it at Advance, AutoZone, Walmart. Upset because all the other windows are tinted. I wanted to go all super dark, but if I can't, I can't. So
He wants to
I
go
at least wanna
darker.
get-
Oh, God. People with music and videos. I know I probably had this problem too, but people play music and then it's entirely
Okay,
way
so
too
what
loud.
we're doing, guys, is the last pre-cut that I got, I kind of had to cut it out myself. It wasn't just releasing very easily. This one has already started to release pretty easily on its own.
This
so
is
what I'm
something I
doing
do in a lot
is
of my
I'm going
videos
to
too. I talk too much. Just get to the thing. Just do the thing. Oh, no shrinking at all. What's that big old gap there, boy?
We've got some window tint on.
What's that?
Okay, well, I can say third time around that worked a million times easier. I feel like the first batch I got was just like wasn't cut right. Make sure there's no other bubbles anywhere else.
Double layering.
Now, as you
Yeah,
can
this
tell,
is something that people ask
how
me
well
from time to time.
on camera. But our line is not perfect at all. And then same goes
No,
for
it's a
over
big-
here. There's kind of that gap right in between. Now that is
Plotter.
going to bother me. It is going to bother me a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
especially when you're
And
trying to
the
go
film kinda
5%.
tore right,
If you're going
here when I
double
pulled it
5 and
off.
you got a big gnarly gap like that,
But there's not really much I can do about
Yikes.
that. I got tired of this window not having tint on it, so for now, I'll deal with this tiny, tiny little crack.
just take a marker,
And I
just
mean,
fill it
it's
in.
And I was left with one that wasn't cut. Say I don't think it's
So is he actually gonna do the second layer over it?
and get in the truck with no steps. Full spots. You probably won't be able to tell on camera because it's too reflective.
That looks extra dark now. So this is a layer over another layer at this point.
That's a wrap.
Or it's just the exposure. So he already had tint on there and then he just put it up. It was just the exposure
I
problem.
can honestly tell you, it is super, super dark in here. Can barely see out that side, like at all. I can barely see out of it, so it's dark. This side, it's 5% compared to sun, so it can kind of using a mixture of. And I think you guys saw the beginning of me putting it on over here.
There it is.
Over here.
There's the double
And
5.
When
Oh,
to put it on,
there you
and I
go.
was squeegeing
Makes
it,
everything outside
and it
look like
literally
a silhouette
bubbled up
instead of
and wrinkled
inside.
where I was squeegeeing. None of the other
Good
ones
Lord.
did that at all. I did everything the same way. I went to tuck it in over here and it creased, and everywhere I went to tuck it, it wouldn't stay, and it kept having wrinkles and kept having wrinkles. So I did drop a like on this video, and
This
if you guys
is
would
not
like to
an
see
easy truck
anything
to
different,
tint anyways.
please drop a comment
It's not
down
going to be
and let me
super
know.
fun. Okay, so
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Up at Cleveland, not really Cleveland, good old suburbia here, but
I have a video of a guy on my friends
it's-
list. I have a video of a guy on my other friends list. He posted it yesterday. I think you'd enjoy seeing it. Yeah, there's a post on the Facebook group Let me bring that up real quick. Let me get a link here. So if I can find it. Hey, look, it's me. This one. So copy link. I'm gonna paste this. If you guys can't really link in chat, it's a YouTube thing. But if you want to go here and link it, I can check some of these out. I want to get to the Chris Fix one here soon enough.
Cold. It's
So this
crazy,
is a
like,
couple
an
years ago,
hour
which anybody's
and, like, 50
YouTube
minute
channel
drive can
from a
make.
couple years ago
I mean,
is
it's
going to
so
be
cold
a
here.
little
Back
different
in
from what it
Columbus,
is
it's like
now.
a good old low 40s and raining, but we got a lot going on today, and I mean a lot. We got Ben's brother
Because he does a
Steve
lot
here
more like
backing up.
vlog style stuff.
But the stock.
So we'll talk
Try and
about
close
some
it
other
like
things that
this,
he's
see
got
what
going
happens.
on. It's a 20-minute video. Again with the music though.
I want to show people what we're actually using cheap parts.
So engine.
I didn't even notice. How do you not have the tow mirrors on this?
My mirror's on full.
So you gonna tint in this garage?
I know. It's like 150 now.
Pump ones and so on. What percent did I have on my car? I think it was 5.
Yeah.
All right, where do they start
I think
the
you did
tinting?
something like 15 or 10 is what you said.
Yeah, it's darker than 20, but lighter than 5.
15 or 10?
Somebody else is tinting here. He's not tinting. We need to find a different video.
20% here, 2, 5.
Those
The final
gaps.
Project for tonight. Obviously, all the other stuff we've done. So we have already taken this front window and taken it from 20% here to 5% up
Yikes,
there.
those gaps
As you can
were
see,
ugly.
I mean, 20% is your much black. But a lot of people all the time ask, there. So now you're letting 50. You could just tint over the tint and you sides with the windshield.
Oh, they got a poly too. So they're just leaving the 20 on it and they're just layering it over. Big ugly gap included.
The dude was so weird. Like he thought.
Oh,
to
okay.
The last day, he thought it
Don't
was from
pick up
Minnesota.
your tint like this. Just don't do it. This drives me crazy. It makes it easier,
dude
but what
was so
happens is you
weird,
put
like-
fingerprint dirt spots right there. So it's basically like the glue is just pulling between your little fingerprints there, just, and then you're gonna have two patches. It's gonna be really ugly.
He thought to the last day he thought it was from Minnesota.
What?
Like honestly, he's like, yeah, you just got to go back to like Minnesota, and I'm like, I live
He
in
made
Ohio.
significant
It's been 3 months.
improvements with the newer
My name's
video.
Ian, I live in
Like
Ohio.
this looks like I'm new to tinting a little bit. I mean, it's still going in and stuff,
I don't know if I'm gonna go back there
but it
or like we also
looks
worked
like
at
it's
our
just
friend's
being a little bit more
restaurant
careful and everything.
on Marco Island, and I texted her the other day. I was like,
So we put 2 deep fryers on the back.
The lighting could be better too, but
just the stuff this week.
interesting.
And like I said, no matter if I'm
Interesting
working
video.
on
We'd have to scroll through. We'd have to scroll through a little bit to find anything else that way. I tinted that. Okay, so here's from a year
What's up, guys,
ago.
and welcome back.
What's
We're
up?
to
It's your
the
boy.
channel. Before we get too far in today's video,
You gotta
I wanna
always
thank
have that
Trade
bright,
Coffee
poppy
for
intro.
sponsoring this video. Day. Lost my. There's no
Sponsors.
Tahoe option. We cut this, but not. We're gonna
Alright,
do the
so what are we
windshield at
doing?
50. If we get to the windshield today, cool. If we don't, we don't. Let's go get this tint cut. Okay, guys. So getting this software all set up, not the hardest thing, but what's
This is
really
a different
hard is
one.
getting this tint to cut.
What is this
right on
plotter?
this
I don't
plotter.
recognize
You
it.
guys don't know like how tint works. Pretty much, I'm trying to get a blade to cut. Here's the liner. Here's the tint, but you're trying
Looks
to
like
get
you
a
took a
blade to
vinyl
only
plotter.
cut
I don't
this, but
recognize
not
that one.
cut through this delicate liner. So that's super hard. It honestly is just ridiculously difficult, and I think we finally dialed it in here. Still just a hair sketchy. This might be a little too deep, I don't know. Let's try and weed it out here. Cross our fingers, hope we got it set up. If we do, I do have the driver window cut, and I should have.
It's
the
just on a
passenger
white
window
table,
cut.
but it looks
so
super
we
dark.
can at least get those thrown on. Worst comes to worst, but after these are done, I'm gonna change the plotter over to.
So that machine
20%
definitely
This is,
does. You can
Suntech,
tell
just
does a ton
standard
of
charcoal 5%.
like sells T-shirts.
And then the same thing over
vinyl,
there is just standard charcoal 20%.
like heat press.
I didn't get
heat
any
press work.
ceramic or anything. I just got standard tint. So I'm hoping this is good. So let's try and weed this out.
This is why the volume's lower. It's because everybody goes over with the music.
So, okay, so that was another nightmare. It's definitely not, I don't know, I need to turn the pressure up or put that blade down just a bit more because it's actually quite frustrating to sit there and try and do that every time.
I
It should
appreciate
just
this.
peel and be ready to go.
Cheap
so
US
let's
cutter
fix that
plotter.
up.
Okay. I was gonna say, oh, that's the plotter, but then the music. But no, that's what a US cutter plotter sounds like. Ah! MH series. We're gonna look this up real quick. MH series cutter plotter. So we're gonna get an idea of what he is playing around with right now. That is, wow. That is a cheap plotter for sure. That's a $450 plotter. Might be a little bit different. That's stepper motors instead of servo motors. So this is a really interesting thing. Oh God, I love this kind of stuff. So I have a cheaper plotter sitting over there too. I'm very familiar with like Graphtec, more expensive ones, but that's the difference between a stepper motor and a servo motor. That's what somebody's pointing out in my chat. So I didn't realize, so if we go to like Plotter Depot, the Workhorse, this is the one I have right now. We're gonna buy it now. Is this gonna take me to the page? No? Okay. 53. So if you look at some of the things, it's got a servo motor. And I didn't know what that, like, I don't really know what a stepper motor is compared to a servo. Now you definitely know the difference. If you tone down the music a little bit, which it's pretty bad. So something like this, the problems that he was having with it, trying to fine tune it, that is why you're gonna want to get something that's a little bit better, just so you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. So there's gonna be a point where everything is so cheap. These machines are fine enough for cutting out vinyl, but they're not so great for window tint because of how precise everything has to be.
It did work a lot better. We're still just probably, I don't even know what kind of macro measurement of a distance off.
And like some of the other things that we learned. So the
Honestly,
way that
guys,
it pulls
just
the
about
material
perfect.
back and
Couple
cuts it
threads
on the
hung up, but
pull
nothing
rather
to
than the
worry
push,
about.
and just
That
always,
right
you
there
know,
made my
all that
job
stuff matters.
So much easier just in general. All of our windows are cut. Let's get outside and tint.
So with
Alrighty,
vinyl,
guys.
like I got right here,
What we're dealing with is you stay.
it's much thicker.
Annoying door dinger.
Much
But hopefully the
thicker,
pattern
and then
I
you
cut
got
for
like
front.
the paper
Honestly,
backing
I
here.
didn't want to do any like door panel removal. Yeah, we should be okay.
That's why
We're gonna try
vinyl
and
is so
tuck
much
it.
more
Hopefully
forgiving.
it works. Otherwise, obviously, we'll just recut it. Take the panel off and stick it in there. Honestly, I wish I got like the gasket thing. I mean, a lot of people, everybody usually just tucks it. It just makes it so much harder on you because you're trying to stick it behind this weather stripping, that weather stripping, and trying to tuck it behind this weather stripping down here. But yeah, it just makes it quite difficult. So let's see, clean this up, try and tint it.
So what's he do here? So this is from a year ago. He's still got the same red squeegee. Did anybody catch that? Ooh, he's going two-stepping. Oh no. I'm sorry, man. You can just see the anger, the like, pull this this off now. The stupid door panel's getting in my way. Not even gonna bother with this. That is why so many people like to pull stuff.
Took me one bolt and I could have avoided that whole thing. Most of the time, most door panels are like that. Just they're either one screw or something. Most of them top pop off and you can just peel it, put it back in, and then look at this. Windows free. I can stick the tint in, tint the top. It just makes life so much easier.
It's true, it does. So if you're not a tinter, that I think is probably the best thing that you can do. You can take the time, you can take off the door panels, and then you can tuck everything in just like he did there. But if you are a professional, I mean, you just have to kind of know the ins and outs of taking most cars apart like that. It's just that's one of the best explanations and differences that I could possibly show you guys. Because you're sitting there, you're messing around with it, but he's just doing it on his own cars, and he knows how to take them apart. It doesn't matter. When you're doing them, when you're doing them for other people, that's where this can become a bigger issue. So just know what you're getting into ahead of time with all of this.
Or better way just yet, so I'm gonna roll with it. See, and then I'm able to do this way and top load it, stick it down. And same thing with this side.
Yes, sir.
I'm able to stick it down and in, push up.
Makes the installation part way easier. Still got a big old gap up there though. Ooh. But okay, so if the camera can focus, which it can't, it's hiding a lot of things.
Right,
it's
so
annoying. Maybe it'll come up on another one I can show you guys.
Too, because I'm like, I can't be that bad, but these patterns are just blatantly off. Like they're so far off. It's absolutely unreal.
Yeah, a couple things here. So he's bitching about the patterns, which is my #1 gripe with plotters and stuff like that. So with a cheaper machine, that could definitely have stuff to do with it. And then also the software that you're using. So from the first video that we saw, the most recent one with the 0%, night and day difference from what is going on here. Here, he's, I mean, not cheaped out on everything, but he's going for a much more budget approach. Like, I can cut out my own patterns. I can use this software. This is the cheaper way to do it. Where if you spend $1,000 more on the plotter and get a better, more consistent software, which no fault here, just some of them just absolutely suck. And you never know until you try them which ones are actually going to work out or which ones not. But this is a great example of just like, I cut it out on the machine, I paid for the software, why are these cuts not lining up?
And so I did use a 2012 Yukon pattern. It's the same exact vehicle, and for it to be that off, it should fit the window perfectly. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of that one bit.
They don't.
And I really didn't want to hand cut because that was the whole purpose of buying that expensive software. So I might have to email a company and just be like, yo, I need a refund because that's absolutely unacceptable. That's 3 windows now. That window was off. I sympathize completely. And I had to trim it. This window was off and I had to trim it. And this window, I'm not even going to deal with trimming it. It's just blatantly off. I think it's time to learn how to hand cut, which...
Oh, shoot.
I really didn't want to do that either. Okay, so...
I don't blame you, man.
Kind of hung up there, as you can see. It gets really dark.
The hand cutting, you might as well just get into it as a career at that point.
Out and
you're taking like a hobby thing and turning it into like a full-blown skill.
You could kind of see where or how much I cut off. Look at how far down we were. Cut all that off. And what I'm going to do now is honestly just take this and apply it to this window. Forgetting that's touching. But I'm apply it to that window. That's literally the only thing we can do is these back 2 windows, I think. I got really
It's got to be so frustrating to try and film all this.
It's just kind of frustrating.
While you're...
I mean, the software's not cheap. It's quite expensive. And for it to cut patterns that are that far off, really frustrating. I don't know if there's a setting on there that made it cut like outside of what it's supposed to. I don't even need to use any other software now. I don't know, but I'm going to check on that. But if not, I need a refund on that. But let's get this tinted really quick here. Of course.
So when people ask what software should I use and stuff like that, it's so hard to give good recommendations because there's not a lot of good options out there. So you do some research, you get it, they'll charge you $150 a month, and then you go and try it, and they just don't line up. So now people will say, oh yeah, well you just trim the top.
Boom, 20.
That's not what you're paying for.
You can see the difference, guys. And then on the outside, man, this does look good.
It's supposed to be a quick and easy
check it out.
way
Once
to
that
get
light's
into
off and this
tinting,
gate's
or an
closed, this
easier
is
way to
gonna
get
be
into it.
black.
Pulling panels,
She's painted.
cutting everything out on a plotter and
That
loading
looks
it, and
good.
it should
I
be
gotta figure
close
out what I'm
enough,
gonna do
but
about the rest of the windows, hand
way,
cutting
way far off.
or whatnot. The window's perfect. Look at this. First of all, yeah, that's dark. But literally the window's perfect. There's like no dirt. Oh, there's a bubble there. We can get that out. I literally cut it,
perfect.
tint it, and threw it on the vehicle in no time at all.
I wanna send him a better
because I
squeegee.
just learned how to hand cut in like no time at all, I'm gonna show you guys and teach you guys because this is super simple. Goes to show you, I tried to be fancy. I tried to buy expensive heavy duty software just to get me in, out, and done, and I honestly slowed me down so much. Had to go buy a computer today, messed with it all morning trying to get it straight and figured out. In reality, I could have sat there and took the time to learn a skill in hand cut window tint because frankly that went so like perfect. I couldn't even explain it. But let me get this on here. Let me show you guys how to hand cut. Show
He
you
didn't
the tips
show
and
it.
tricks. First step.
If he actually took the
Second
time to
step,
hand cut it,
let's get the tint held up here. Now, first thing I want to say is anybody can literally buy a roll of tint. It doesn't have to be Suntech or whatever. Don't buy the Gila film from AutoZone. That stuff turns purple. Everyone knows
Amen.
that. Buy a good quality roll of tint. There's a lot out there. You can buy good quality tint on the internet. Don't worry about it.
oh, he's gonna go. Okay,
Let me show
we're
you
gonna
guys
learn how to
fast
hand
this
cut.
actually is. Outside your window needs to
Let's
be clean.
do it. I'm
Now,
ready.
literally,
I'm
guys,
so ready
I'm
for
telling
this.
you, I just learned this maybe 5 minutes ago. So
Learn
one,
how
bear
to
with me
hand
for
cut
two.
5 minutes
I
ago.
just learned
Let's
this 5
go.
minutes ago, did that whole window. Like I said, I've never hand cut. I was never good with it. The first time I ever did it, absolutely awful. But I'm gonna show you a few tricks here, and just if you take it slow, you'll be able to do it. Every roll of tint, this is a 24-inch roll. As you can see, it lands in there, so it gives you a perfectly straight bottom edge.
Yes.
Nothing you have to worry about. Give yourself
Good
a little
rule right
overlap
there.
on each side.
Why
And
cut
right
an extra
now,
edge if it lines up on
we're
the
gonna
bottom?
trim this.
Oh, why's
corner.
he got a razor blade there? Wait, why?
2 sharp blades.
No.
When you get this here, rip out. And now you have your bottom and your mirror edge. What you gotta do next is make
What a
this
razor
edge.
blade.
But you can't just cut it because you'll have a light gap. So you're gonna take it, move it over about a 1/2 inch.
Yes.
So yeah, just kind of do it like a 1/2 inch.
Oh,
or
that's
so,
a little far.
1/2 inch or so.
It's
And you're
a
gonna
little
come over
far on a
here
vehicle like
and
that.
trim this edge.
And the other thing is this window's gonna shift out of the top. You can see how they round right
okay,
along.
so now you got it set up on
It's
both
gonna-
sides again.
you'll see.
So there's a little bit of overhang. Now you're also gonna want to move this down about a 1/2 inch. As you can see here, there's your
I thought he was
strip,
exaggerating.
And the tint hangs down. The easiest
But that's good.
cut
Bottom
of
edge is
all.
good.
You're gonna
Sides,
roll your
a little
window
wide.
down enough so you can see the edge. Make sure it's kind of tacked down a little bit and stuck.
Is he using that razor blade to just go straight along the top?
So now your top edge is cut with the glass here. So it's nice and smooth, and all you really have left to do is fix these edges. And you already have pretty much the line you need. So you're gonna come
Oh
in
no,
here.
don't do that! Oh, just right
Because
on the
we already
glass.
did this, I'm gonna do this quickly.
It's his own vehicle. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb early here and say it's actually not that bad, but it might not be perfect. see that? Did you catch that? Oh, probably not. Let me show you guys real quick. Right here, he'll tuck it in, get the top of it squeegeed, and then you'll watch. He trimmed it on the inside because it's too wide. Yep, right there. 1/2 inch,
Just
way
had to
too
trim a
wide.
little, didn't cut enough off. So now,
Yep. So that's why I know these real well. They're just little bit much.
and to be honest, for some reason, these are like the cleanest windows I've ever done too.
It looked like there was tint on it already, though,
It
but
was 22 minutes and 43 seconds total to do this, while showing you guys what to do, all that. So if I just shut my mouth and went for it,
that kind of
maybe
tells
10 to
you
15 minutes a window, which obviously if
he's
you do it
more
and you
happy
get
with
faster at it,
this
it'll be
than
quicker,
the
quicker,
bad
quicker,
cuts on the
but
plotter.
It's gonna take you more than 15 minutes to go downstairs, get the plotter set up, mess up like half the patterns I went through to get that done, and in turn I have this perfectly cut, perfect window that looks great and didn't waste any tint. I mean, there's a possibility you can waste some tint, but it's just, that is so much better. Because honestly, these are the first 2 windows I've ever successfully hand cut. Not saying I'm always gonna hand cut, but good to know and super awesome. So we need a 20% for this.
He could save himself a lot of pain and struggle there and go to Walmart or AutoZone and literally get like the plastic blade holder, or go to Home Depot and you can get an actual like Olfa blade holder and stainless steel blades. So carbon or stainless, whatever, like, he obviously doesn't care that much on this one. yeah, perfect. But this is a world of difference from the other video.
Just to match it up, I'm gonna throw the 20 on top. It'll bring it down to about 4 or 5%.
So this is actually not
almost
the
a dead
easiest
match
one to
that.
hand cut, but I think he's
and
leaving
this whole thing will be tinted. So
the
let's go
plotted
grab that real
patterns on
quick.
that one.
All right, let's go.
Is he gonna hand cut it? Oh, he is. This one's trickier. This one's gonna be way trickier than the front doors. Just because the whole thing is like bowed and exposed. But he's skipping through it too fast. I don't blame him at this point.
And honestly, that took exactly what my prediction was. About 15 minutes. It was a new window. It has a weird cut
And
in
it's
it.
perfect.
It's actually kind of weird. Oh, first of all, let's get rid of this dinging. Yeah, it's a weird cut. It's like curved all the way around. So it was a super weird cut. I think on the other window, I'm gonna cut these 2, roll it down, and then kind of do my edge because.
Yep. If I can pause it, okay. So on this window, this is totally just like one of those weird windows to cut out. It's just an older truck style, basically older SUV, older truck type style. You see these on a lot of those. You got a flat edge here, and all the glass from this corner up rounds all the way over to about here. When it rolls down, it's all exposed. So you'd make like a small cut here to kind of know where your side is, and then do the same thing, just like back and forth. Leave a little overlap, not very much. And then you can go, honestly, just straight down from here. Don't have to follow that curve, because the inside is a little bit different from the way this trim is all rounded on the outside.
That really kind of sets us up just right. I tried to do both
Totally
sides
normal.
on this, and it didn't really work out as well as I hoped, but we got it done. They said about 15 minutes, give or take the amount of time you're looking for tools and stuff. Not bad. And obviously, the more you practice, the faster you get at cutting it. Applying it will be
True.
like that. Honestly, we got 2 more windows. Let's bust them out.
Bust it. Bust them out. Let's go. Oh, that is a big old finger.
Now, when you get to a window that doesn't roll down, honestly, the easiest thing is just put a light behind it, trace.
And he's just gonna
trace
use
about a 1/4 inch outside of where the black
just gonna
is.
use the razor
on this
blade
one,
on
for
the
some
black.
reason, there's a defroster on this
This
window,
hurts my soul a
but
little
not
bit.
the other one. So we'll come in here. We'll go a circle around.
Oh, they got those dumb little
the,
circles too.
little defroster there.
Yep.
And the rest of it is cake. But yeah, just take your razor and honestly just cut. I don't know if you guys can see. But yeah, just cut like a 1/4 inch outside of it, and it'll all tuck up in there nice and pretty.
Yeah, you can go right around it. You pop
Alrighty,
out the thing,
guys.
but yeah, we
So
just.
I bolted
It's
of
all
our door
done. It
panels
looks
back
great.
in.
It's perfect.
They're all good to go. First time driving the Tahoe, all tinted. Close the sunroof for effect. Oh my goodness, I can't even see on my mirror. This is dark. Move this just in case.
I I feel like I need to show some
And then back
people
into dark
when
Tahoe.
they
Oh my
when they come in
goodness.
to get
This
some
is
tint
super dark,
and they
guys.
want to go like super dark. I need to show them videos like this where people are like, "Oh man, that's just
First things
I
first,
can't even
guys.
see out of my
Obviously, You
car."
guys can see how dark it is back there. It's just pitch black.
15
But
minutes. It took them
one,
all day.
this
It
field
took
here,
them all
we
day
can
of
still
frustration
see
recording
everything.
and
plus,
dealing with
what you
this.
wanna do,
Props
somebody
to
just
getting
wants
it done
two
though.
front twos, boom, 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 knock it out really quick. So guys, honestly, we're still waiting on the lift to come in.
I would
Honestly,
love
not a
to see him roll down and just do a little close-up of that top edge. Just a little personal thing, because it's probably a little jagged, but even that, probably better than the plotter. So that was a good one. I like that one. He's got some good tint videos. There's like quite a lot of progression that happened through all of that. The reality. 2% mirror tint. This is the most illegal tint that you can buy. I don't know. Do we got anything else that we can watch here? Do we get any more? Chris Fix, windshield tint installation. Isn't that my video? The Chris Fix video. All right, we'll watch the Chris Fix video. This was so so much better. You can see the progress here. Okay, this is.
We're gonna tint the windows on a pickup truck.
This is an old Chris Fix video. Chris Fix has just a massive amount of subscribers and does lots of car-related videos. You guys have probably seen his channel before you've ever seen mine. But he did a tinting video a long time ago, and we're see how this goes.
And it's actually pretty easy on a pickup truck. Gets a little more complex when you have curved windows, but this is nice and flat. You can see I did the other side already. But here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need your tint. I'm doing 5% tint. Check your local state laws and stuff. In New Jersey, you're allowed to do the sides and back on the rear passenger and the rear window. You can't do the fronts. So you're gonna get some Dawn, some soapy water. You want a lot of soapy water.
That's all fine.
You're gonna get your blade, stainless steel, X-Acto, whatever, anything really sharp.
Don't use those, please.
Cut the tint with.
Yes, you can cut tint with it. You can cut tint with scissors. You could cut it with a hatchet if you really wanted to. But don't grab a box cutter just for cutting tint. They have cheap, easy things that you can use at the hardware store. Don't use that.
You don't use scissors on tint, and then you have your 20% tint.
You
Make
can
sure you
use
have
scissors
enough
on tint. You'd be safer
and
using
paper towels
scissors
just
than
in
that.
case you wanna.
But
you're
we'll see how
spray
he
the
uses
inside
it.
and outside of the car with this water, so you want to have something to dry the interior. If
That's
you
true, you want a towel.
If you get it wet. So, first step is going to be to clean your windows the best you can. I already did it. You could clean it with ammonia-based stuff first, but then you need to clean it with.
I already did it.
Just the Dawn and the soapy water.
Part of a
Dawn
great
water.
tutorial.
And
You
make sure you
need
get
to
all
do
the
this, I
ammonia
already
stuff
did it.
off. Make sure it's as clean as possible, and then use a microfiber towel. I should include that in stuff that you need. Use a microfiber towel so that you could just get all the dust and everything off.
So quick note on windows like this, you have a nice little ceramic border. So this is just real straightforward. You just cut it to size. You might have to shrink it a little bit, but they're pretty flat, like you said in the beginning, and then you install it.
You want to do the outside and inside because you're going to match it to the outside first, and then you're going to go and reverse it and put it on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first thing you're going to do is go, after you clean it, you're going to go and spray the soapy water. Don't be afraid to use a lot of soapy water.
True.
Then you're going to grab your tint and make sure you want to find which side of the tint is going to be facing, that has the glue on it, let's put it that way. So the side that has the glue on it should be facing out. so that when you put it on the inside,
Alright.
it's gluing onto the inside.
I'll
So
make a
I
note
know
of
that this side is the side that has the glue on it. So we want it to go like this.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You got to
We're gonna
make sure
take
you
our
know which
tint.
side you're cutting.
Make sure that we have the right side, the sticky side.
It's
towards
usually
us.
like rolled towards the glass
up,
rather than
bring it
away.
up to here.
So if you're
Not
putting it like a
crease the
poster,
tint.
doing it like he's doing it, that's the way most rolls are.
Push it up against your window.
Otherwise, it's trying to just fall off.
Like that.
We can see so much.
Now,
It's always annoying trying to film
cut the
tint
tint.
because you need to be kind of there in front of what you're doing.
That's
So you
working.
gotta always move the camera around. This is just a nice shot of it. This is probably why I moved to GoPro.
Now that your tint is workable, you
Oh,
go
he's
and
hiding
you
his
find
face.
the corners of your window. The window is wet, remember, so you could slide it around.
Even in the
make sure it fits.
even in the tint, it's so
You can see the
reflective.
corners of the
He does
window,
not want to show his face
and
here.
then you take your blade
Oh, but you saw it there.
and you cut the corner of the window. Peel it off.
You can't see like half of what he's doing. So he's cutting it on the outside with a box cutter. Just like a hacksaw, just butchering it. Whenever you're doing this with a knife, that's not good. Oh, those cuts. So the biggest thing with the box cutter is you're going to be damaging your glass when you're trying to cut on it. So you're either
And
lifting it and trying to
the
cut
reason
through
why
the
I
tint,
aim for
which
this
isn't
circle
going to
to be
give you the
perfect
cut that
is
you
because
want. The whole idea is
the
like you put it on the
inside is a lot
outside,
smaller than the outside.
you have a
So
light
you
on
can
the
see this
inside or a
big
bright
chunk here
light
and this
source so
big
you can
chunk
see
here.
all your
That's not a big
edges,
deal
and then
for
you're
my
just trimming
application,
along the
but
glass.
For your application, you might that
Don't
might
do
be
it with a
important.
box cutter.
So now
Or else
we're
you
gonna
have
go
all
inside.
these hacky
So now we're
things
on the
up
inside
here.
of the car.
So you actually got a lot of room to work with on this one. You can see this nice dark border here. So all you need to do is get slightly over the edge of that border, and then
Put it
you're
somewhere you
good
know
to
it's not
go.
gonna get creased, and you're gonna spray the window a lot. You want it
Thoroughly
soaking
clean
wet,
it.
You want it to be bubbly. It makes your life
Little
a lot
nitpicky
easier.
thing here, spraying a lot of soapy water
So
on the
then
top
you take
edge
your
is
tint.
going to make dirt fall down into your film, so even
Make
when
sure
you
you have the
clean it
sticky
100
side
times, you
against
don't
the
want to
window.
soak the top edge.
So then
Just
you peel
squeegee it
this
off,
and as you peel
and
it off,
then spray
it's a good
just
idea
underneath it. You'll
to
get
spray
plenty
it.
of mist up there,
same,
but it won't
spraying
make
the
stuff
tint
rain down into your film.
as it's coming off.
Oh, so this
like
is
this.
just the piece.
Use a lot of spray.
That's interesting. So he's just
More
kind of
spray the
peeling it,
better.
and it's just super rough cut on the outside.
And then you
There's
take your tint,
basically no point to doing that on the
and
outside then.
Again, try not to crease it.
Try not
In
to
this
crease
case,
it.
it's gonna crease a little bit near the corners, but that's not the end of the world. The other thing you're gonna need, I should have mentioned,
Not the end of the world.
is a credit card or something that you tape. So I put duct tape around the credit card so that you could use this.
Is the duct tape
Kinda
gonna peel
thick.
clean off the credit card so you can actually use it again?
This in here like that.
You're better off going to AutoZone and buying like the $5 kit so you get a halfway decent squeegee out of it. So he's just jamming it up on the edges. Oh! Peeling it back like that, it's gonna introduce a lot of dirt. This is just using the
I got
box
all
cutter
the
and just.
edges done. Let me show you.
This is a really bad video.
So I just went around the edge.
It just
You can
hacked
see,
it up.
Nice smooth cut.
This is why there's like
all the way around.
$100 window tint jobs
There's
out there.
no
just like as cheap as
excess.
possible.
That's probably the hardest part of tinting.
I want to get my whole car tinted for $100. This is what they're
Yeah.
doing.
You take your squeegee, carefully move everything out, and evacuate all the water and air.
True, that
Just
works.
like that.
He's getting most of it
Well,
out.
actually,
That's
this is all a
fine.
visual process. You'll see everything leave.
I'm surprised he didn't get this far and then just go back and then realize he can cut this more exact and then just like completely fix the entire video.
And this one, you
The
want
biggest
to
problem was
take
that he
your
used the
time and
box
do
cutter
this
and
right,
just
'cause this is
oversized
where
everything, jammed it up on the sides, and hacked it off.
your tint looks good if you do this properly.
But yeah, on a window like this, you don't have to shrink it. Makes it a lot easier. On a standard door glass, there'd be a little bit more to it, obviously.
So we're gonna go look at the tint from the outside.
There it is. Oh, that edge. See that? I'm trying to pause it in an area.
Pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
So now you could actually
Maybe
see those little bubbles?
Oh, that's bad.
Your credit card. And you come in here.
Oh, it's just really bad with the camera. You can't see hardly any of this. Maybe it'll full focus.
And you just squeegee them out.
So, if we can, looks like it's
show you on the
you're not
camera,
going to be able to really see it.
You trust me on that one. So you squeegee them out.
You got to trust me on that one. Okay, so any of that.
You could actually.
Let me try and go back just a little bit. Because this camera's so jittery in these
From
early
the
videos.
outside.
It's 8 years ago. It's whatever. So, when it sharpens up, down in this area, we'll try and bring it down a little bit. In like this lower area in particular, it's very all that. You have this dot matrix area, and then you have anywhere that's kind of like over the edge and all crinkled up and stuff like that. And then when he zoomed in, you could see quite a few speckles there. That's all gonna look much worse the longer that it has to dry. It's not great, not professional by any stretch of the imagination. Don't do any of this. The only things is like soapy water. Keep your windows clean. If all you want to use is a credit card, fine, whatever. But the box cutter, the just general installation, you'd have a much easier time if you just cut it exact and then throw it in there, and then that's it. Like way simpler. So. Let's see what the comments say on this one. Closest to face reveal. Most people are talking about the face. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the tinting. A newer version would be awesome. Oh, I'd love to see if he ever did an updated version on tinting. It's one of those things that if you, like, compared to what we saw with, like, Ryan Mayer, Ryan's actually, like, put in work on multiple vehicles and gone through frustrations with, like, software and plotters, and he's very familiar with pulling cars apart. It's a world of difference from that. So if he's not regularly trying to do this, it's going to look very similar. And Ryan's videos were far better. This is 8 years ago on YouTube, so, hey, it is what it is. Damn, that's crazy. That is such a bad video. Like, this whole channel is well polished now. Broken windshield, head gasket, exhaust, before or after. Like, he's got such broad car fixing videos that it's hard to, like, you know, this is generally how it's done, but every car is going to be different. So that was it was funny to see the window tint version of that.
I'd say that looks pretty good.
All right, what else do we got to do? I have a couple of other videos. I think we'll come back and watch those at a later date. I could sit here all day and watch some tint videos. Oh, somebody wanted me to search something. I don't know if this is... Oh, wow, this is actually a tint video. 762,000 views. Not bad. Which one? Oh, this is like 3 different channels and stuff. This almost looks like the same person. We're gonna mute this. Oh, this is like AutoZone. It looks like a bunch of channels just yanked the videos. Poland Master Tinting. I'm scared. This is a 25-minute video. And he's got what looks like AutoZone film. Clean your window. And he's tinting outside too. Oh, that knife. I mean, he's got a much better knife than the box cutter, but the blade. It's red? Oh, dang. He's putting some red tint on here. What is he spraying? Why is it red? Is he just doing like glass cleaner? The dirt is like, oh, his flat edge is lining up with the side seal. That's interesting. That's not something you normally see. He's got like red spray with red tint. I am so curious.
Kurwa, już żeś pozaginał.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to understand any of this. So,
Nie, tak nie może być.
just lower the volume down a little bit then.
Ej, porysowałem już to.
This is what tinting your window is going to look like on your first try a lot of times. It's going to be doing all sorts of wild things, and you're just trying to figure it out. So, he's got the blade like fully exposed, but it was also bent out of the holder, which is really weird. So, what? Oh, right there. It's just all bunched up, and he went. Yep, that's gonna look real bad on the inside. Oh, he's used the tape. Used the tape to hold it up. Nice, I like it. Okay, explain to me why the video blurs out right when anybody's trying to do anything important. Like, I'm gonna make my first cut. Can't see it now. Perfect. Good stuff. Oh, he just crunched that bottom edge too. This is how an easy thing can turn into a really hard thing very quickly. So when you go to roll down the bottom, that film is just so fucked at this point. What are you doing? Is he just over the outside? Is he gonna do the quarter window? You just hear the frustration in that sigh. New piece? We got a new piece? That one is... Alright, now we're taking what we learned. This is how you learn, though. You screw up some film, and now you're like, okay, I shouldn't have done all of that. I still don't know why this is red. You should go up a little bit higher, bud. Just a little bit. That's going to leave a gap. Your window is tucked up in there. Tinting outside is so frustrating. See, that's the wind. Every time you back away from it, you stop holding it, the wind's going to just pick that edge up and just go and get off the window. I like to watch videos of people doing terrible installed mobile electronics. Oh, that would be fun to watch too. We don't have to strictly watch tinting videos here. We can watch any number of stuff like that. I sympathize with a lot of this though, because it's like just little, there goes the wind. Like, I'm just trying to cut out a piece. That's all I'm trying to do. But then it's like somebody's just tugging on the end of it. So frustrating.
Jak to kurwa robić?
So when it goes well, and when you've gone through all these problems, that's when like you don't even see all these headaches, right? Like he just cut off a section, and now his film is all screwed up again because the wind and he pinched it.
Nóż, bo przetniesz zaraz
This
tam.
wind is just giving him a headache. This is like, do you have any tips for me tinting outside? Go inside. Stop tinting outside.
Iść po płyn do naczyń chyba, bo to odparowywuje cały czas. I po
You're fighting against so many things. And
Dobra, i teraz
leaving your
potrzebowało
blade that
środka.
far out all the time, you're gonna screw up all your cuts too.
Kurwa, porwie ci się.
Just
Wiecie pani, kto ci to kurwa...
I got it, guys. I got my pattern. Let's put this on.
Kurwa, za mało żeś popsikał.
Wow. This is really bad.
Na słońcu. Ja już to widzę, że to był...
Stupid professional window tinter wanted way too much money. Gonna do this all myself. It's easy. He's just putting a sticker on the inside of the glass. I can do that.
Jeszcze wiatru potrzeba. Się kurwa poskleja wszystko. No ja
Oh
się
my
pierdolę.
god. It's just locking up on the window too. So even with the water, you can see right here where it's sticking a lot.
To już wyschło.
And he's gonna try and spray it, and it's not gonna squeegee out, and he's gonna have to pick it back up 50 times.
Pierdolone.
The red liquid is a dishwashing liquid. Is it really? Well, thank you for explaining that.
Człowieku, jak ty to zrobisz?
You can hear it just like,
Teraz się tu przykleiło, kurwa.
sounds like he's having a good time though.
Gdzie to się trzyma jeszcze? Całe drzwi ujebane. Hej, kurwa, czego się nie chce przesunąć?
Yep.
Tu jakieś chujostwo.
So when it's outside, an obvious thing that you don't really think of is that sun is just constantly drying out your window. So you have to spray and spray and spray and squeegee it out as fast as you can, or you gotta get in the shade. It's just gonna dry up too fast. You should start squeegeeing it, bud. Don't
Bo jest
just...
pan zadowolony.
What, is he gonna lay the whole thing down? Just start doing the top, and then worry about the bottom
Dobrze
afterwards.
jest. Fachura.
You can see it.
Panie
You can
fachura.
see it on the outside.
Tu tak.
Over the top. What the fuck?
Trochę szczęścia w życiu i będzie dobrze. Wciągnijmy.
I never,
Kurwa.
never, ever thought to do it this way.
Co to się robi?
Holy, that's amazing. I've never seen that before. So,
Nie w tą,
he like,
kurwa, nie w tą. Wlazło.
he like put it on the glass, left enough room on the top, overlapped the entire top on the outside of the car, and then like you're able to get the bottom in, and then tuck it all in, and oh my god, that is unintentional next level tinting right there. That's amazing. And then he's gonna cut that off on the inside.
Tu musi to zejść w dół jeszcze. O kurwa, przykleiło
Never
się
thought to do it that way. Actually want to try it. Probably gonna have some problems, but still,
Nie dasz
actually
rady,
amazing.
Za chuja ty nie dasz rady z tym sam. Nie dasz se kurwa rady z tym. Tam ci się pogięło, jechać się pierdolę. Co to ma być? Poziom trudności, ja bym powiedział maksymalny, kurwa. Teraz za krótka tu będzie. Kurwa, nie zrobię tego za chuja.
Don't try to teach him, he's the best.
Nie zrobisz, człowieku, tam już ci się popierdoliło. Kurwa, nie.
Dot attack. It's a clear sealer put over the dot matrix before tinting. No, I haven't tried it. I might have seen a video of it, but I didn't remember what it was called. That might be it.
Nie sklejaj się, skleiła się razem.
Oh god. At this point, you're in a spot where just throw it out and start over because you are just so far lost. He can't get it tucked in and squeegeed down. I swear, you learn something
Zamykamy
from
całkiem
everybody,
w
though.
pizdu.
It doesn't matter how bad or obscure the
Dobra.
job is. You learn
teraz
something
się
from
uda.
everybody. I
Może się
had
teraz,
never would have
kurwa,
thought of
udałoby,
that,
za
and
krótka
then
nie była.
just like would be hilarious to try once.
Czemu to przecina mi?
I don't know what this
Za
was.
krótka, kurwa.
Just start squeezing it down.
Już wiem, dlaczego niektórzy pisali,
Start from the
że nie
center.
mogą się doczekać, jak będę oklejał
See,
tą
if you were to
folię.
start here, just right in the middle, and work all this down, just even it out, that one of the problems is he keeps trying to move everything and squeegee from like edges and stuff, and then it'll just like you're clumping everything together. It's not even how you sweep a floor.
Nie,
More bubbles
denerwuje
than
mnie.
a child's birthday.
Popsuję całą folię.
Oh
kurwa,
god,
człowiek.
again with the the wind. The wind just picked it up right off the bat. Like watch, just tries to get it there,
Nie,
and the wind's just
denerwuje
like,
mnie. Popsuję całą folię, kurwa.
you can see the wind just
człowiek.
blowing in. Nope. Let me get some extra dirt under there. Good lord. Oh, this would be great. Let's cut this off.
No jeszcze taki slalom.
We can all learn such good things
Nie,
from
no,
watching videos like
kurwa,
this.
rozdarłeś.
So let me
No jeszcze
take 2
taki
seconds
slalom.
to give an obnoxious professional opinion of this top edge right here. So, trying to get at that perfect spot. So watch when he
Ja
goes to
pełno
cut
pod
this.
Tym. Nie no, kurwa no. Dupię z tym, to obcinam.
So see how much blade is out right there? And then you get to that part, and it's just falling back off the window, and you have this much blade out. Whenever I'm cutting a top edge, you kind of want that blade, you only need to put a little bit, but the important part of it too is that blade holder is kind of keeping that film up against the glass as you're cutting. If I just leave all the blade out, the film is gonna weeble wobble and do whatever it wants to do off the window. So you can hold the tint a little closer against the glass, you put the blade holder mostly up against that tint, or else that film's just gonna fall back and forth and you're gonna have a super wavy cut. Just like that, like he gets it cut, it all fell off the glass, and now you have a giant gap up here.
Nie no, tam,
Not even I was
kurwa,
that bad my
rozdarłeś.
first time, and I was god awful.
pierdolę. Kurwa, jebany. Chuj z tą folią.
Oh, you can feel that frustration. You just put so much time into getting to this point just to rip it off, and like, I got material, I got waste. Oh, I just want to get this stuff installed. Oh, this is just brown. This isn't even red. This is just brown tint.
Runda trzecia.
That was amazing, though. He's running out of soapy water, too. That's a real small spray bottle. Gonna need some more. All right, now we're gonna get it this time. I know what I'm doing. Freaking wind can't even. That wind is gonna be in. What is he cutting on? He's cutting on the seal, right? He cut on the trim. Ooh, that's gonna show a mark. He's got it. He's got it this time. He's taking everything he learned.
Pierdolę, naprawdę to tak ciężko jest wszystko ogarnąć?
This is where you're gonna spin in circles over and over and over again, and just like, cause one, the wind is just being a nightmare. The wind and the sun are both being a nightmare. You have to address those things. That would make it marginally easier.
Zaraz mnie szlak trafi.
But even then,
Zaraz mnie trafi szlak. Naprawdę. Zagina się, kurwa.
ooh, he's doing half. Ooh, okay, this is different.
Zagina się, pierdolone, zagina się. Wszystko się pierdoli. Tu już się poprzyklejało.
I'm like so annoyed that he won't just like put it on the glass and then start to squeegee it in place. He's trying to make sure like the whole piece is in place before he even starts. I didn't know people did that.
Co jest, kurwa?
Gives me a stress feeling I've never felt before.
Pierdolone się pozaginało.
Just
kurwa.
start, but now it's gonna be too dry.
Zaraz się popłaczę, kurwa.
No!
Zaraz się popłaczę, normalnie.
Why do you shrink window tint? Oh, I don't know.
Tu
Maybe
już
because
ładnie
of this.
wyszło, tu ci się kurwa
But even
pozaginało.
then, these should look way different.
Tu, a co tu się kurwa
So,
wyprawia?
this tells us a lot. This tells us a whole lot here. So, you see how everything is gathered in this way. All your fingers start in this bottom corner and jut out this way. So, you're essentially what he's trying to do is get all this to lay down by pressing it this way. But you need to just smooth this out more. You have all this area over here that you could just kind of, it's got to be even. So we can actually learn a lot off of watching something like this. This is also why you're going to shrink it, because you want it to be as even as you can get it on the glass. But just to see all of the fingers are pointing towards this area, which means everything is trying to bunch up in that area, and he's just going to crease it, and he's going to rip it off the glass.
Co tu się kurwa wyprawia?
Not unless you pull it back straight and you fix it, but it's too dry at this point. You can't
Trzymajcie
fix
mnie,
it
bo
from here.
zaraz to zerwę w pizdu. O, jeszcze kurwa się po... Ja pierdolę.
So he might be even happy at this bottom corner here. We should leave this here so you guys can see it a little better.
Kurwa, całą pognisz.
See, now it's worked its way up. He squeegeed the whole bottom, skipped forward, and now it's all bunched up here. So he's going to try and continuously push this up. But this is already kind of tacked up and dried. Now you're going to have to peel it back, spray it, and try and get it over, just try and get it all even again. This is great. This is much more helpful than I ever thought it would be. See? Look at how much better that looks now. Now you start there and sweep it all out evenly. This will lay a lot better now.
Więc nie naprawimy.
Still a no! Just push it out the top. Push it out the top.
Ale chociaż może trochę.
Don't do it. Don't put, no.
No i co?
Oh, there you go,
Popierdoliłem
guys.
folię.
Got it all tinted. Thanks for what.
Kurwa.
Now he's so mad.
Tu mi się pozaginała. Kurwa.
He was laughing at first. Now I don't think he's laughing anymore. He's so. He's just looking at it. This is genuine anger. He is well past like, haha, window tinting. I'm really screwing this up. Now he's just like severely disappointed at all his life choices right now.
O mój Boże. Nie
That's
starczy
when
już.
I get into a certain point on the
Dobra, ale już się
stream
wyszkoliłem.
when I have these problems too from time to
Tej
time, where it goes from genuine like
Już się
whatever
troszkę
to like
wyszkoliłem w tej branży.
I need to rethink my life.
Może teraz będzie szybciej. To jest do chuja niepodobne, żeby to tak się działo.
I don't
tak
understand
może
any of
być,
this,
tak
but
może
some
być,
people in
tutaj
chat
może
do,
być.
so that's good.
Dobra, jedziesz.
I want to know what this knife is, because I didn't realize it was
No
like a
klejaj
fold-out
się,
blade.
kurwo.
Don't
Stary.
cut on your car, man. Stop.
Nie odklejaj się, kurwa,
You got the
stary.
chrome trim there, and he's just digging that blade
Proszę cię,
right
już daj mi
into the
dociąć.
rubber. No, so when I cut above the seal just a little bit. So you're using the seal as a guide. You're not digging a blade ever into that seal. Oh, you're gonna have so many gouges in your rubber seal right there. I didn't think we'd get this far on this video. This is quality. These are quality lessons right now. I wonder if that got hacked short. Is it just barely long enough? Yeah, it'll work. It should barely work. You can see just a tinge of rubber there. Might be just a hair short.
Ej, dobra będzie. Tu pan zostaw, tak?
Yep. See that?
Parę milimetrów luzu.
You're gonna have a gap there. Everything's too small now. Oh no!
A tu, że się żeś za bardzo ściął.
Did he just realize that he did that?
Ja pierdolę.
Oh, he's so disappointed now. He just took a big piece and now the whole thing is too small. He's got enough at the bottom that he might be able to finagle it.
Nie no, chuj mnie strzeli, kurwa, chuj mnie strzeli tak.
There it is!
Pierdolony.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, he was so angry. Like, how much film do I have left now?
Szlak mnie trafi zaraz, normalnie mnie szlak trafi, kurwa.
I see all these problems happening because it's like I've been through all of them too. I've cut film short plenty of times. That feeling when you just get it and you're almost there and then it's too short. Oh my god, the wind just destroyed it.
O w kurwę jebane.
The way that it's pressing in. I couldn't even show it.
Dobra, weźmiemy to.
He's opening up another roll. He bought enough to do the entire car and some, but he's only able to maybe do one window.
Już porysowana. Jeszcze nie spróbował.
Please stop doing it when it's windy. He is so zoned out past that. It's like you are tunnel vision. I am gonna get this done no matter what. And it looks like it's getting windier too. Props to filming all of this.
Gdzie idziesz? Kurwo, gdzie idziesz? Kurwo.
So whenever the film is crumpling, like, I know it's all crumpling, but like you have that compound curve there where it's kind of like bunched this way, this way, this way, and then it cranks over on itself. This is how it should look. This is better. He's got it. He's feeling confident now. I got it. I'm laughing again. We're gonna get it, boys. We're on the inside now. We made it. Why would you not peel it on the outside and then carry it on the inside? Oh, I guess we screwed that one up too.
Dobra, ja to sobie będę ogarniał, bo mi taśmy nie starczy. Balina, najwyżej chuj pierdolny, to nie będę robił.
This would be like a prereq to everybody trying to tint. Watch some of my videos and then watch videos like this. You'll learn so much from everybody. He's got it! He just zipped forward and oh no! He just ripped through it. But this is the best of what he's been able to do so far. He's got it like mostly on the car. He's got so much waste. He's got fingers still there. And we're not leaving it on there. Screw that. Take that bench, use that shade, and you'll have a way easier time. This is super brown too. Oh, he's rolling it down. So did you see that bunch right there in that lower corner? No.
Kurwa zajebiście, no kurwa zajebiście.
That's amazing. Oh, this is so good. So, why did my window peel on me? Well, when you have a little corner like that and it's not locked down, you still got to use that window, bud. And then, okay, ignoring all the other problems with it right now, that is what I first saw. And it's caught. You can see when it disappears. Oh, it's so great. See that corner? It's there, it's there, it's there, and now it's gone. It just ripped the whole film while it's going. There's the aftermath of it. The old man from... He's done. So he actually kind of got one window. There's lots of bubbles. I don't even know if he's going to show it from the outside. I hope he does. That's where you really see all the imperfections. When you look at it from the outside, inside will hide a bunch of stuff. Like, you'll see creases on the inside especially, but if you really want to pick apart a job, you just look at the outside.
dobra. Na razie strzałeczka, cześć. Do następnego.
Cheers, bud. We hear ya. So why do I pay so much for a tint job? To save yourself from
Kurwa,
this.
pół niedzieli.
If you just want a good tint job on your car, just pay somebody else to do it. Or you're gonna be going through so much headache and frustration and crap just to get a halfway decent tint job on your car. But props for trying. Because now you know if he actually pays somebody to go to tint his car, he's gonna have a much bigger appreciation for however it turns out. Just like, oh, I couldn't figure this out myself. So with a lot of car accessories, you can sit there and you can not bolt something up properly. You can look at a manual. You can talk to other people. With window tint, it really is like such a one-shot go with all this, and then you're ripping it off and you're starting over. But tinting outside, sunlight, wind, those are the biggest things that would have helped him out a bunch. If he had just a little bit longer to move that film around, it would have turned out way better. So when people ask, how do you deal with tinting outside? I don't. No, I'm good. I'm good. I personally want to take the rest of the day off because of this video. This was fun. I really like this. We're going to do this again here. I'm trying to keep an eye out for some videos that we can just kick back and watch, because there's like things that we learn while we're doing cars and stuff like that, but there's also like really fun stuff to just chill out and watch. I mean, that's what I end up doing on YouTube anyways. So I learned a whole lot more just from watching these types of videos. So these were like, as silly as they were, it was actually fun to point out some things where you could see the mistakes happening and what was going to be the result, like cutting a corner short, tint bunching up, like you can see them happening. That was fun. I'd love to watch a handful more videos. So I've got a post on the Facebook group right now that I'm going to link again, I think. That's this one right here. We'll just keep this one going. Copy link address. Oh yeah, let me paste this. Let me paste this here. Let's see one of your older videos. We can do that. We can do that for sure. So I linked a post on the Facebook group. Basically, if you have funny videos that we can watch on stream, like funny or just like auto videos, just basically, I put DIY/bad tint videos. Maybe we'll start another post. But just, I want videos that we can bring up on stream and watch some stuff. Whether that be like bad auto mechanic work or bad accessory installs, hilarious window tint videos, helpful stuff too. Just like, yeah, this would be way fun. That was really funny though. That one, it was starting out a little bit slow, and I was genuinely like, it about, I don't know what, after the first like quarter of the video, man, I was hooked. It was just like, there were so many good things to learn from that. So funny. So funny. And then hopefully I have some good content to post on the channel. Maybe we can actually have some regular videos from all of this. Definitely like lives like this one. Yeah, I always feel like I have to bring something to the table whenever I go live. So I just want to have these times where I can just like kick back with you guys and we can watch some of these videos. I'm jealous. There's a bunch of other streamers that do stuff like this. But it also like, there's good sit down conversations to have here, and there's more that we could do with this kind of stuff. So hilarious. He's got more videos here too, I think. Oh, hang on. He's got more videos here too. So like there's this one. So this is on a channel called Was Up, and I don't know if this is just, is this his channel then? Oh my God, this actually looks like his channel. Oh, okay. So he has a Polish YouTube channel with 500,000 subs. I don't know how to pronounce this. And so he just actually, Tried to tint his car with it too. Interesting. You should have taken the Ryan Mayer approach. We'll have to bookmark this one because I'm going to lose this if I don't. Oh, wait. Let's save it. We've got another video here. Right?
Znów ci starczy na jedną szybę, kurwa.
I watch more from watching this than watching you tint. Yep. Actually, for real. Like, you learn what to do, and then watching somebody completely screw up, you get so much good info off of it. Because you're like, oh, I'm not going to make all those mistakes. Save. All right, we'll save that for watch on stream, so that way we have it. So we'll watch the sequel. The sequel is 37 minutes long. We will come back and we will watch this one probably in its entirety. And then I have, like, look, come on, I got a thumbnail here. Defrost your windshield in seconds with this trick. I gotta watch that one. So good. So we'll have some fun. But if you want to help with the list, go to that Facebook link. It's in my group, and share some videos that you want to watch, and then we'll get to what seems like it'll fit well. How many rolls for this window? Yeah, exactly. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea how much film he's about to waste on that. We obviously didn't learn from before because we're still outside. You can see sunlight here, so it's a sunny day. I'm guessing this isn't going to be great. Should have done this in the garage. But you can do mechanic work outside, so why not do this? Why not do this outside too? It reminds me when I went to like dealerships. Every once in a while, you'd have a dealership that would just be like, "Here's the keys," and you're like, "Okay, where do you want me to tint this?" And they're like, "Can't you just do this out in the parking lot?" I'm like, "Are you? I don't expect you to know how to tint." But, like, is this what you do with anybody that's coming to do any sort of accessory work? Just, like, go do this out in the parking lot in our dealership. Like, people just driving up, and then they're watching their cars getting work done out. Like, how unprofessional is that anyways? Let alone, like, good God. So nuts. I'm going to tint my car. How many rolls of film should I get? Apparently, a whole hell of a lot. You need a whole bunch of film. So, this was good. I had a lot of fun on the stream. All right, so I'm going to keep track of some of those videos. If you guys have stuff to share, please do. We're definitely going to come back and watch this one, probably in its entirety. So, you can't tint outside. You can. There's people that manage to do it. But you're dealing with all of this. So one helpful pro tip that I've heard that probably would have changed tinting outside entirely, take a cold towel and just drape it over the window when you're going to install it. It would keep the glass cool, it would keep the sun off of it, but that doesn't help with the wind that's blowing all your film around on the outside. I remember coming across a video where they used wrap magnets to try and hold it. You have the same problems. Like, you either put those on the corners, and that might keep it more in place, but you still have wind kicking up underneath it, and as soon as you cut something, the wind's going to want to rip it off. It's just, try and hold tint just outside, and it's just going to completely screw it up. But yeah, this was fun. This was real good fun. All right, guys. I will probably catch you on Monday. Monday we'll come back. We'll be doing a stream on Monday. So I will be here. If you guys want to watch some more memes, we'll probably tint something. And y'all have a good weekend. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Don't forget to try that top load idea. Dude, we have to. We have to try that one time. Just, I know I'm going to throw some film away. But it's like top load, bottom load. Just over the edge. We're going to have some fun with it. That'd be great. All right, you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I'm gonna get out of here and do some stuff then. Bye.